All right, here we go. Hello there, ladies and gentlemen of the internet. It is me, Paulguy, and welcome back to another shiny hunt adventure in the world of Pokemon, aka potentially Nightmare Land. And also, Happy New Year to all you guys out there. We are now in the year 2020. It's crazy to think we made it this far, but you know, we gotta keep trucking forward, right? Alright, as you can see, I'm over here inside my camp with all my little shiny friends here. Oh, look at that. Oh, hey, Golurk. What's up, buddy? Came to say hi to everybody? Oh, okay. See you later. But yeah, we got our shiny friends here. All just kind of chilling, doing their thing. But hopefully, among the ranks of the shinies that we have here, I will be able to add a shiny Clobbopus. That would be ideal. Alright, so I'm not sure exactly what's going to happen. I'm not sure if I'm going to find this thing super fast or if it's going to take forever or not find it at all. Who knows? But I figured let's just go ahead and have at it, shall we? So hopefully you guys sit back and relax and enjoy, and hopefully I don't lose my mind too much. Alright, so let me go ahead and get my system in place here. So we just got to drop off some dudes back into the boxes. So, as always, though, I hope that everyone out there is having a good day. And all you people who are legal to drink, hopefully you didn't drink too much last night. That'd be kind of silly if you did. Well, I guess that's up to you guys. I mean, I can't tell you what to do or anything like that. I didn't drink at all, and I stayed up till midnight. Somehow made it. Hey, Ryan, what's going on? How many eggs? I honestly don't remember. It was like 300 something, I think. Like 370 if I had to take a guess. That's how many eggs I was in. But I already deleted all of them. Here. Let's see here. So I already deleted all of them. So now I actually do have all this box space. This was loaded to the brim with Clobbopuses since my last one. Since my last stream. But now I got rid of them all. So I should have enough room to do this thing, man. And I'm looking forward to just spending some time with you guys. Hopefully you guys have some fun with me, and we're just gonna take it easy today. You know, take it easy in the first day of 2020, and hopefully you guys are doing all right. So here we go. So it begins. I'm gonna grab myself another egg, and we're just gonna go at it, I guess. I do have yeah, Grapple Lock is still in there. Alright, I'm just double checking in case I swapped it up or something like that. Alright, here we go. Just gonna go ahead and run in a big circle and wait for her to put her arms up, and gonna get myself some more eggs. That's rinse and repeat. But at least I won't be doing it by myself. I'll be having you guys here with me to keep company. So how is everyone doing today? Everyone enjoy their New Year's Eve? Anyone stay up till midnight? Anyone went to bed early? Hopefully you guys are doing alright. Did my playthrough of Demolition help you guys get good? It's quite impressive, as always. You are very good at the games that you're good at. I don't know if and when we're going to get back with Hotline, but we'll definitely note that as a reference to help us proceed should we choose to get back into it. So we do appreciate all the hot tips that you guys have for us. I forgot how freaking fast I get eggs with this combination, man. Grapple Lock just... Or actually, it's Ditto, I think. They're just going to town, just popping eggs like crazy, man. I do remember the rate of getting eggs from this combination quite frequent. It was definitely quite frequent. All right. By the way, is the sound okay, guys? Can you guys hear us? I noticed that the sound. Well, it definitely was Hotline, but like the music on Hotline was definitely hot. No pun intended. But yeah, it was like hard. I went back and watched, and it seemed like it was a hard. It was kind of hard to hear me and Mark talk, so I just want to make sure that volume settings are good. Oh, look at that. We already got a full party, so let me just send that to the box, and now we're just going to start stocking up on these octopus eggs. Which I've been starting to raise Eevee some Pokemon. I almost got a complete team. I got like I got slot for one more Pokemon to put in, and I have no idea what to, I don't want to put in my party. I gotta get back in the groove of this. Like, the last time I shiny hunted was really the last time I streamed this. This was the last time I did. So I gotta get back in the groove of button presses and combinations and everything like that. up to 4:30. Oh, jeez. I think I stayed up till like 1, and then I went to bed. I don't know. Usually I don't know. Like for a long while, I wouldn't like stay up till midnight because I'm the type of guy who like needs his sleep. If I don't, I'm just like impossible. I like become like a zombie in the morning, and I just become unapproachable. It was just so I need my sleep. So normally on New Year's Eve, I don't even like bother staying up too late normally, but I don't know. But yeah, first Clobbopus is a normal one. Get ready to see a ton of those. You only need 6 hours. 5 hours minimum for me. If I could get at least 5 hours, I can sort of make it through a day. Oh, get over in the... stupid. Alright, whatever. Yeah, I think that's kind of like a good base for me as far as like being functional in the next day is 5 hours at minimum. But I don't know, sleep is good. I've definitely discovered that the older I've gotten, that sleep is a good thing. So it's so funny, like when you were younger and you're wondering why your parents slept all the time every chance they could. Well, it's because life is hard. You know, life is hard, and sleep just kind of puts everything on pause, and then you feel much better afterwards. Sometimes more better than other times, but you know, it's just something you strive for, I guess. Alright, I just gotta get back in the groove here. But I don't get up until nobody sucks. I gotcha. I'm always an early bird. I've always have been. It's a curse. Needless to say. It's definitely a curse. Now, like, no matter what time I go to bed, I usually wake up roughly the same time. Anytime between 5 o'clock and 7. Like, I'm always up around that time. So, like, even if I somehow stayed up late, tried pulling an all-nighter, maybe, like, get to bed, like, at 3 o'clock, I will always wake up within that time frame. Which sucks. Because then I'm dead the next day. I have to, like, I have to rely heavily on caffeine at that point. Not that I don't already, but, you know, it becomes even worse when your sleep schedule is all out of whack, if you will. That most of working. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I've kind of put myself into that mold. Oh, jeez. Well, who knows? Hopefully this shiny hunt doesn't take too long. And hopefully I could find it during the stream. That would be most appreciated. The last couple freaking times, I haven't been able to. Yeah, I went after Roggenrola for a stream, didn't find it till after the fact. And then I tried going after Clobbopus again and didn't find it. Still haven't found it. It's it's just that random, you know? I mean, look at Mark. Mark has been hunting that shiny Zigzagoon for 500 years, and he finally gets it. But he, like, went through, like, over 1,000 eggs until he was able to freaking get it. It's even if you get all the best odds, it's still up to luck, you know? You still got to get lucky about it. I mean, granted, maybe 1,000 eggs is a bit excessive, and that's a big string of bad luck, but still, you know? That's the biggest factor as far as shiny hunting. That's what I'm learning. You know, you can do everything right, and it still might not work. You know? But it's worth it when it does. That's the thing. I kind of get why people do it. It's definitely worth it. Some shinies are bad. Yeah, agreed. It just depends on what you want. Depends on what you like, and it depends if you're, like, really committed to just finding nothing but shinies. You know? Props to those people. Like, I always cut clips of people doing shiny hunting a number of times, and I'm just in awe by just the amount of patience that they have, because they probably stream like hours upon hours just trying to get these stinking shiny Pokemon, you know. And even then, like, by today's standards, you know, everything is so much easier, you know, so much easier to get. I feel like back in the day, you know, it was like soft resets or just, you know, trying to just find it in the wild or something, or even Masuda methoding, you know, and even the odds of Masuda methoding back then were a lot worse than they are right now. And people just would do it, you know, people just have the patience for it. And I never assumed myself to be one of those people, so then I tried it. What it is I think it's roped me enough to like keep it in mind, just because I got lucky the first few times that I actually did it, and got a few shiny Pokemon because of it. Need to make your day counter. Yeah, I know. There's a program that I could be using to make like a border. There's a program that I could use, but I just haven't. I think I have the number written somewhere. I think I did write it down before I started deleting everything. Let me see if I can find it real quick. I like all this freaking paper here. I probably got it written somewhere around here. Hold on. Flip in the papers. Okay, maybe I don't have it here. But I knew it was like in the high 300s, at least. It was ridiculous. But yeah, just those first few shinies that I got in relatively good time kind of roped me. And I'm like, hey, maybe that'll happen again. And then the true odds kick in. Just for people who walk in. Yeah, I know. I've been meaning to look into it. It's just... I just keep forgetting. ADD, you know, gets in the way and everything like that. And yeah, it's just me today. Mark had to work and he's taking the night off, which, you know, he earned it. He deserves it, man. Mark's a good guy. So he definitely deserves whatever time off he can get. I actually debated about taking tomorrow off of work, but I don't know. Money's more important than at this time in my life, but you know. It's all good. It's all good. So is everyone doing all right today? Anyone wake up with a hangover? Not me. I don't drink, so it wasn't me. Instead, I ended up playing a certain game that we might play on the channel in a not so distant future. We finally gotten Jackbox 6. I'm pretty excited for that. Started playing a little bit of it last night. Like, didn't play all the games, but I played at least the first 3 that are on there. And I had fun, you know? It was, what was it? It was, Murder Trivia Party 2. Go figure, they make a sequel to that. That was kind of interesting. It's essentially the same game, but they just added different punishments. Yeah. I mean, I like the Jackbox games a lot, and they're really cool to play for the channel because it's like right now like a big interactive way for us to play with multiple people at the same time that watch. So I mean, it's pretty neat. I'm a big fan of it, but I feel as though I need to play 6 quite a bit to understand the games a bit more, just so I can convey that to people. The second one was God, I think it was called like Roll something. I don't know, it was like an interesting like questionnaire one where you get these prompts of like a theme, and then you assign all the people playing to like the characters of the theme, and then somehow there's characteristics attached to them, and those people sort of have like a face off to like sort of play like a Quiplash style of like, oh, why do you feel like you fit this character that matches this characteristic? It seems pretty complex, but actually when you start playing it, it actually isn't that bad. And then we played like this, what was it, Joke Boat, I think it was called. And that one was pretty fun. It's almost like a Mad Gab? Not Mad Gab, what am I thinking of? Mad Lib. It's like a Mad Lib structure to it where you are setting up jokes. I don't know, I think that one's pretty neat, and I think that would be fun to play on the channel whenever we stream that. So, that'd be pretty neat. Oh boy, shiny, but it's... I'm already feeling the wear. I barely started on this and I'm already feeling the wear and tear of this stupid thing. If I need to take a break, here's the thing. If I need to take a break from just shiny hunting and hatching eggs, I still have the, I can still go after, Nicket. Because I have the encounter rate up to like 800 on that thing still. So that is a possible way to sort of break the mold and kind of do something else while trying to get the same objective of getting a shiny. Just start going after some Nickets. Granted, I think the odds ultimately are worse than Masuna methoding with the shiny, not with the shiny charm. I don't have the shiny charm, but with a foreign ditto. But you know, it's still more likely. I mean, it still could happen. So I mean, if I want to take a break from just running around in a circle, I think I'll do that. Hopefully, get myself a shiny fox. That'd be neat. And I did start the stream a little bit earlier tonight. Usually 7 is the time that we go for, but you know, I figured, what the hell? Let's just do it a little earlier, because I don't know how long I'm gonna do this tonight. You know, I don't know if it's gonna be a shorter stream or a longer stream. I mean, I never know, so I just figured I'd keep a leg up on it and just start earlier. And nope, not this time. That's unfortunate. So, I don't know. Hopefully, I don't know. I can never stress enough how much I just want to find it during a stream, you know? It's just, I want it. I just want it, you know? I want to do it and immortalize it. I could definitely clip it and make it a highlight part, so that way people don't really stuck listening to me rambling and trying to fill in the dead space of just running around in circles. I also thought about doing some raids, because I think this was the last day for New Year, same dumb memes. You got it. You definitely got it. What was I saying? Oh yeah, what was it? I think today's like the last day to get that shiny Magikarp. Again, like Magikarp raids or something. And I thought about maybe doing that too, just to try my odds at it. But trying to get into like raids I don't know. It's not that easy. I just feel like I'm always like behind trying to jump on one of those Magikarp raids. Really, any raid, really. I just check on the feed thing, and then it's like, oh, seeking people for dual raid, and I try to join, and it just doesn't. I just never catch it in time. It's unfortunate, but it just never seemed to do it. So I don't know if that's just the natural delay of just the online mode on this game or what, but I don't know. Not only that, like, you just have to actually, if you want to find it yourself, you still have to get lucky. I already like dropped like a bunch of those whatever you call it, the items that prompt a raid. I already dropped like a bunch of those, spent like pretty much all my watts, and I only ran into one. And it wasn't a shiny, just for the record. I would have posted if it was. I do have a shiny Gyarados in Pokemon Go, at least. That was pretty neat. Wasn't expecting that. I actually got that at work. Because at my work, there's actually, well, there's like 3... Is it 3? Yeah, there's like 3 Pokemon gyms around my work. So playing Pokemon Go actually isn't that bad. There's a way to reset for... Yeah, that's cheesing though. I know there's a bunch of like there was like a way to like super EV train guys like for free by like sending them on those Pokejobs that increase EV values and then just switching your system to the next day. There was a way to cheese that too. I don't know. I would have loved to have done that, but I would have just felt dirty, so I never really jumped on it. I don't know. That's just my personal preference though. But yeah, I know there's ways to bounce around, but oh well, what are you gonna do? Speaking of which, I need to figure out a final Pokemon for my team. I want to try and keep it a surprise because I'm not sure if Markman will hear it, but I'm certain he's going to be my first battle. I mean, he's got a team that he's working on too. The one thing I try to keep in mind and Mark kind of coached me through it too back in the day, but like one thing I try to keep in mind as far as like building a team is like what kind of attacks they do. You know, physical attackers and special attackers. If I have like a good balance of 3 and 3, I feel like that's sort of like a way to sort of a way to like point you in the direction as far as team building. I don't know, that's just kind of a way I approach it. I could be wrong, but that's just what I like to do. And I got 3 physical attackers and 2 special attackers, and I, for the life of me, can't figure out who I want my 6th to be. And I was trying really hard to see if I had any that like had good natures already, so that I had to do like half the work. But I don't know. It's the only annoying thing about the end game for Pokemon is that it does get grindy after a while. Especially with the Battle Tower, which, by the way, the Battle Tower is much better in this game than the Battle Tree from the last generation. Only because they give you that much more battle points. I mean, having to do the same thing and only get 1 battle point at a time is far more tedious than 2. At least with 2, you're able to sort of get your stuff that much faster. You should do Showdown viewers. Still. Oh yeah, Showdown. Yeah, that's another thing on the dock. Although, yeah, Mark and I are really trying to figure out what games that we should stream/record for different series. Right now, it looks like for our recorded series, we're probably going to go towards FTL. And that's a game we both like. It's really hard. Really, really, really hard. But it's really fun when we play it together. Like, we've done like a few episodes in the channel like years ago. But we still have super big memories of it. And a lot of that and mainly, I don't know, like, it stuck with us, personally. Just because we liked, you know, the whole role-playing aspect of Mark's the captain and I'm the pilot. And then we had a character named Hasifa, who was our 3rd crew member. And, yeah, we all died. All said and done. We died. We didn't make it terribly far. But it's something we want to return to, so that's definitely an idea. Mark also got me Undertale, which just shows how much of an awesome guy Mark is. So I do have that, and that is an option. Like, I know a lot of people like Undertale a lot. And it's a game that I've been curious about for quite some time. I just never got around to buying it or playing it. But, you know, it's in the cards. If people would like to see an Undertale playthrough. Then you gotta decide what kind of run you're gonna do. You're gonna do Pacifist or you're gonna do Genocide. And I debated about that myself. Like, I think deep down I feel like I would do the Pacifist, but I would kind of want to do Genocide just to kind of just be a little be a naughty guy like that. I don't know. Don't mind me. Alright, this one's the shiny. Oh. Undertale's neat, you know, the soundtrack. Yeah, that's the thing. I like the soundtrack. Like, I definitely, I like video game soundtracks in general, so even games that I don't own or play, I actually heard the soundtrack and liked it. But yeah, Undertale has some pretty good tunes that I like. Not just Megalovania. I mean, Megalovania is a good song. You know, some people think it's overrated, but, you know, it's a loved song for a reason, you know. It's a quite involved song. But I like Asgore's theme. I think that's a really good boss battle theme. What is it, Metatron? I like his Death by Glamour. That's a pretty good song. Even like Asgore. Did I say Asgore? Who am I thinking of? God, again, the name's mixed up. Asgore's like the big king dude, right? Am I getting that right? I don't know. It's yeah, like the tone of the game. Okay, good. The tone of the game is like, you know, spot on. You know, the tone of the game is spot on. So I mean, and then people like those games where like your choices do have an impact. But I don't know. It's like, I'm pretty sure that if I do either pacifist or genocide, something's going to be plucking at my heartstrings to kind of go either direction, you know? Like, if I want to try and do a true pacifist, and then someone's going to be a jerk, and I'll be like, oh, I'm going to kill you, you know? Or vice versa, where I just want to kill everybody, and then I'm going to run into a character, and I'll be like, maybe not kill everybody, you know? Like, I feel like it's that kind of game. Like someone comes along, and you're just like, I want to kill you, but I don't want to. And I don't know. I don't know. It's a possibility. I'll have to talk with Mark about that. But the only thing is, I have it on. I only have it on computer, and I'm not the biggest PC gamer. Like Mark's more of a PC gamer than I am. I like my consoles, and that's why I meant to buy Undertale before it was on console. But hey, you know, it's a freaking free game, so I'm not going to turn it down. You know, and that works for me. But, you know, I could just hook up a controller to the freaking computer and just get over it. Oh my god. How many eggs are you going to give me? Listen here. Let's come up with a deal, nursery lady. Don't give me any more eggs unless they're shiny Pokemon, alright? Alright. Come on, this is your expertise. You should be able to tell just by looking at it. Like, this is a shiny. Like, what if the egg was shiny? That'd be a good telltale way. You don't even have to hatch it then. Just be like, it's a shiny egg. But no, that'd be too easy. That'd be way too easy. But there's also games that we wanted to return to. Hence the reason why our last stream we played Hotline Miami 2. Exactly. It doesn't work like that. I know. It's just wishful thinking. Don't mind me. But, yeah, Hotline Miami 2 was a game that we didn't beat, but we wanted to try and return to it. I honestly thought we were close enough that we would have beaten it last stream. But I should have known better because it's freaking Hotline. It's a stupid, unfair game. It's so hard. And we're just not good enough to really, like, play it through, you know? But I wanted to. So that was a game that we wanted to return to. There's also Evoland 2. That's a game we put on hold just because we hit a point in the game where it just started to become like fetch questy. And I don't know, we just felt like no one would want to sit there and watch us retrieve all these keys to like go to. I don't know. It's a good bulk of the game, and it's not an uncommon RPG trope. But still, ultimately, it's a grind, you know? I don't think anybody wanted to see that, so we kind of put that on hold. Oh my god. I've been avoiding Dark Souls. Kingdom Hearts, holy shit. Yeah, I've been avoiding Dark Souls because I know how difficult that game is. And yeah, it's a game where you're supposed to die, essentially. But, I don't know. I'm not completely discrediting it. It might happen one day. Sir Tacos, what's up, man? Here.
Wonderful.
I gotta be good on the soundboard. I keep forgetting to do that when I'm by myself. But yeah, Kingdom Hearts. Holy shnikes. I played the first two. And that's all I played. I didn't play any of the side story ones. Like, I never played Birth by Sleep. Such and Such over however many days. Freaking Recoded, Chain of Memories. I haven't played any of those side stories. Dream Drop Distance. So I only played the first two. So when Kingdom Hearts 3 finally got announced, by that point I was just kind of like, this could have been done sooner. But I don't know. I've been alright, Sir Tacos. I'm doing okay, and just hatching some octopus eggs, hoping for one to be a shiny blue one, and not the other one. But I did like Kingdom Hearts. Like, I did like Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2. First by Sleep, the best one. Yeah, I mean, there's enough of them that people can come up with their own opinions of which one they like the best. I just only played the first two, so I wouldn't call myself a diehard Kingdom Hearts fan, but, you know, I did like the story and the characters from what I saw. But then I watched my wife play Kingdom Hearts 3, so I already know what happens. And I don't know, I don't know. She wasn't that impressed with it, and I really wasn't impressed by the stuff I seen. I mean, graphically it looks great, which you would expect from Square Enix, but I don't know, substance-wise, I guess. It just... Also the lack of Final Fantasy characters, which I guess they're bringing back, because there is a DLC coming out for Kingdom Hearts 3 that will bring back all the Final Fantasy characters that they met along the way. Which, that's cool. Should have been done in the first place, but hey, you know, whatever. Their call. My only question is like, is it like a continuation? Like, should this like... Is this DLC like, should be treated as sort of like an episodic thing? Because the way... I don't know. Mark Hamill in Kingdom Hearts? Really? What's he playing? Who's he voice acting for then? Unless there's a Star Wars stage that they finally put in and they're like, yeah, Luke Skywalker. Maybe. I don't know. But then again, Mark isn't the biggest RPG guy. Eric Kress, I don't believe I know who that is. So I'll just count that as a new character. Because I don't know who it is. But yeah, Mark's not the biggest RPG guy. Yeah, basically that. That's all I gotta say about that. So I don't know. I would have to take some convincing if we ever decided to play Kingdom Hearts. Like Kingdom Hearts 3, and it looks like something to understand before playing. See, that's what I'm talking about. Like, I don't know who's beaten it at all, and I'm not sure if I'm spoiling anything, but there is. I will say there is. I won't say anything. But yeah, I feel like you do need to beat Kingdom Hearts 3, the core Kingdom Hearts 3, before worrying about this DLC. So that's all I'm going to say. Because I don't know who's beaten it or played it or anything, if anyone even cares. But, you know, spoilers. Just don't want to spoil it for people who don't want it spoiled. For whatever reason, you know. Alright, come on. Give me the shiny, please. God dang it. Put all the games there on my channel. I do remember when Kingdom Hearts first got announced, and I was confused. I was kind of confused looking at it. I remember seeing it in a video game magazine, and it showed, like, you know, Final Fantasy characters. It showed, like, Cloud and Squall, and then it showed Goofy and Donald, and I'm like, what is happening here? Like, I didn't know what was going on, and then one day I gave it a try, and I'm like, all right, I get it. It's pretty neat. I like how they did it. But I don't know. My wife wasn't too impressed with Kingdom Hearts 3, ultimately. Especially the Frozen world. Because from what she told me, the Frozen world is essentially like the Little Mermaid in Kingdom Hearts 2, where it was just like musical minigames. And apparently that's what the Frozen level was just musical minigames. She looked at me, she's like, literally, it was just the movie playing itself out. Like, Sora did not need to be there at all. And I'm like, oh, cool. Great. Guess I know I'm not missing anything out. Which is a shame because, well, especially with the Little Mermaid ones, because in the first game, it was like a whole underwater level and you could actually, you know, play through. But then they, like, got rid of it for song time. Whee! Nothing is funnier than seeing Donald Duck attempting to sing. So. Oh, is it more like Little Mermaid from Kingdom Hearts 1? Oh. Well, I haven't played it, so I can't say personally. I'm just going by hearsay. Oh, boy. Oh, my God. Really, really hope that we get this Clobbopus tonight. Oh, jeez. Oh. Okay, my phone is going off right now, and Mark literally just texted me, and he's saying he got a shiny Nicket. He's like, 2 shinies in 3 days. There you go. His luck is turning around then. Ah! That was one I tried wanting to get too. God dang it. Well, good for Mark. I'm glad for him. You can have that shiny fox. I don't care. I'll get my own. And I'm going to name it. I'll be like, I'm going to name it not Mark's. So he'll know that it's not his. It's mine. Sucks to suck. That was negative. Alright. I think I'm going to just take a different route. I'm just going to take a different route. Just to hatch these eggs all at once. I got a few building up. Tired of seeing that lady's face. So I'm just going to do a quick long run to hatch some of these eggs and kind of get myself caught up on those. Because who knows, maybe one of those is a shiny and I don't have to worry about hatching anymore than I need to. I do want to raise a Grappalock, though. If I could get the shiny version, that'd be great. Because I actually think the shiny Grappalock is pretty sweet looking. It's like white with red. Like, instead of it being blue with the yellow, like mask face thing, it's like white with the red mask face thing. It's pretty neat. I want it. That's the whole idea of why I'm doing this, because I freaking want it. Be neat if I can get it, though. Just saying. Trying to think of other games that Mark and I have talked about. Just to kind of pick people's brains, see if anybody would be interested in watching us play through it. Yeah, so Evoland 2 is definitely one that we want to get back to at some point. We never did finish the Let's Go Nuzlocke. We were having fun with that, but then Sword and Shield came out, so I wasn't sure exactly how many people would be rushing to watch a Let's Go Nuzlocke with, you know, Sword and Shield kind of abound, but who knows? Maybe some people would. But that's definitely one that we wanted to beat at some point. But who knows? Maybe we'll get back to that. I'd like to. Go visit some old friends while they're still alive. Mark also talked about playing like a Sonic game. Not like Sonic Adventure 2. Screw that game. I'm mad at it. Honestly. Like, if any of you guys haven't yet seen it, you should definitely check out our Sonic Adventure 2 playthrough. It starts off so promising. It started off so promising. We were so happy. We had our rose-tinted glasses on. We were just like, yeah, we're gonna play a childhood game. Mine, Fruit Wagon. Still kind of want that custom robo. Custom robo. I did have fun playing custom robo when Mark and I did our little nostalgic fest. Maybe. I mean, I have been looking for games to sort of do quote-unquote Nuzlocke rules. And, I mean, Custom Robo could probably fit that bill, I think. If we did it exactly how we did, like, the Smash Brothers one, and actually, like, let's see here. Like, if we get, like, a weapon part, and we lose that Robo, we would lose the weapon parts, too. That would be really difficult, I feel. That would make it very, very difficult. Oh, I want the shiny octopus, please. Can you just do me a solid game and just give me the shiny Pokemon while people are watching? Which is the whole reason why I'm doing this stupid stream, so people can freaking watch me be cool. That'd be great. Sorry. Man, it's just... But yeah, custom robo. I do remember having fun with it though when I was playing through it on my own time. I wanted to unlock everything, and that included like all the like illegal parts and the illegal robos. And it was really hard to do so. Like at the end game portion, there was like these little tournament things you have to do, and you get like I think there was a grade system, if I remember correctly. I think there's a grade system. It's comedy gold. Oh, I'm sure it's hilarious. Not dated at all. Oh my goodness gracious me. All right, hold on. I'm gonna do something super duper quick. I'm gonna do that. Hopefully that frees up a little bandwidth. My wife is watching television upstairs through the interwebs, so the bandwidth might be a little shaky, unfortunately. But yeah, I mean, yeah, I think if I remember, there was a grade system for like tournaments and like even I think just every mission, and you had to get like the gold rating in like these really hard matches to like get certain robos, which sucks because there was this one that I really wanted to get. Oh my god, it's like this black with flames one. One of the bad guys used, but it's an illegal part. It's a legal robo in the game, and the only way to get it is if you beat this really hard tournament and get a gold rating. And I never did, and it made me really sad because I really wanted that one. But oh well, maybe one day. But I would have to like relearn all the strategies and what have you. Like, I felt like getting the final bosses, God, I can't even remember that. Like, that really weird mutated one, I feel like that one was a lot easier to get than, like, this other one for the end game. It's just like, come on now. I don't know. What was it? I was thinking... Oh my god. There is a game that I do have that I know the Nuzlocke would also work well with, and that's a game called Virtual On. I got Virtual On Mars, and that's like, I don't know, I'm not even sure how popular that series is. It's probably like way bigger in Japan than over here, but I do know that series was an arcade cabinet at certain spots, because you had like a whole cockpit and everything while you're playing it, and it was, oh dang it, I didn't mean to do it. It was pretty neat, and it's like super like, it's almost cell shady graphics wise, but it's just giant robots fighting, you know. And I feel like the adventure mode for that could probably accommodate Nuzlocke rules. It's just that I don't know how well that series is known, and when you're a small channel like us, the last thing you want to try and do is do, you know, tiny games if you're trying to seek growth. But I don't know. It's an idea. I feel like it could work. I know how to play it, but I think if Mark played with me, I'll have to train him in the ways. I could tell him, let's pretend it's Gundam, and then he'll be all bored. Which, speaking of which, though, Mark has been playing that strategy battle. Oh my god, is it like an RPG? I don't know. He's been playing like that Gundam game where it's like seems like it's Fire Emblem-esque as far as like strategy battles go. I've been meaning to look into that because that actually does sound pretty interesting, especially if there's customization, like with like having your own custom characters. I'm a sucker for that. I like that a lot in games. So I feel as though that I should check it out, and that might be right up my alley. Maybe we could do a playthrough of that for the channel if you guys would like. And then the cool thing about having customization like that is that we could possibly have, like, you know, subscribers part of our team. That's one thing I want to do if I ever get a chance to play XCOM for the channel, is to have subscribers be part of our squad. I have unlimited data, so if I ever edit for you guys, send me videos back and forth. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. But once Mark and I come up with a game plan, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. For now, it looks like most likely FTL will be a game that will pop onto next. And then from there, I don't know. I always stunk at strategy games, but they're certainly fun to watch. Yeah. And that's another game I want to play too, is Fire Emblem Awakening. I need to look into getting an emulator. Like if there's like a DS or a 3DS emulator, I want to look into that, because there are certain games I want to play, such as Fire Emblem Awakening. I love that game, and I would love to play that. And you know, if I play classic mode, it's Nuzlocke-esque because death is permanent, and it's like in the mechanics of the game, death is permanent. I actually think it's slightly worse, only in regards that you actually get a feel for each character, for like, you know, their personality-wise and how they interact with people. And since there's romantic options in the game, you get to see these characters grow closer together, and then, oh, they're married now, and oh, there's their kids, and then one of them dies. And it's like, oh, okay. So all that fluffy, super happy fun time stuff you witnessed is just as somebody just bites the dust because you made a wrong call. It sucks. But at the same time, it's what's engaging about it. It's probably the same reason why Nuzlocks are engaging too. You know, you get yourself attached to certain Pokemon by nicknaming them, and you have these scenarios in your head, and all of a sudden, one of them's gone, and you're like, ah! You know, it's just, I don't know, it sucks. It sucks, but at the same time, you can't help but get enthralled with it. So, I don't know. It's just an idea. Yeah, I'm sure a DS emulator is a lot easier to get a hold of than a 3DS one, but I don't know. I'll figure it out. Not even just like, and you're killing humans. Yeah, I guess so. Well, not all of them are human. There's like their own world race ones. Like there's dragon ladies. Like Tiki, she's a dragon lady. Oh shoot. There's a few of them that you find in Awakening. There's that one lady. Oh god. Her name starts with a P. She's essentially like a werewolf, but like it's a rabbit, so she's like a were-rabbit. But I know that's not like the race names. I don't know. But yeah, she's not human per se, but I get what you're getting at. I don't know. But yeah, not even just like DS and 3DS games, like even like some classic SNES ones or NES ones. Like I don't have any of those systems. Yeah, send me a link in the Discord, Ryan, and then I'll look into it when I can. Cause that would be pretty neat. I just got to find some good DS games that Mark and I could probably use. Like, I thought about, and I probably should have jumped on it sooner, but there was a way like you could like send your 3DS or your DS to like, what was it? Like, I think it was like some sort of like capture card thing that you could hook up to it, and it would like allow you to do emulation. I don't know. I might be thinking of something completely different, but all right, come on now. Now, if they weren't so long, I would definitely love to play some more RPGs for the channel. But again, like I said, Mark is not the biggest RPG guy between the two of us. So trying to get him, convince him to go along for a ride like that is not, won't be the easiest. I mean, I could try, but there's like a whole bunch of those I would like to play. I did do, what was it? Final Fantasy X. I did play Final Fantasy X, and I did the restricted challenge, and that was fun. Like compared to like things like Hotline and then like our Nuzlocke runs, like that one was definitely fun. There were some moments where I popped off, but you know, overall I liked it a lot better than the Nuzlocke ones. But that one was pretty interesting because I had to play through and beat the game without buying anything from any shops. So all my health potions and all my weapons and armor that I can get, I could not buy anything from a shop. Instead, I would use anything I found in the overworld. And that really got difficult after a little while because, especially when you're like relying on those things to keep yourself alive, it's not the easiest. What else did I get rid of? So there was no shopping, no buffs. So like protect and shell, anything that just gave you a statistical advantage. I'm like, no, we're not using that. No overdrives. So like your ultimate attack, gone. And no Aeons or summons. I didn't use those at all either. So Yuna essentially just was a healer. So yeah. So it got hard after a little while, but it was still fun. I felt like I enjoyed that a lot more. Probably because I really liked Final Fantasy X. But it also gave me the idea of playing through 10-2 in sort of a challenge mode fashion. It's like, what did I call it? I think I called it the roulette challenge. Because the game plays a lot different in 10-2 than it does from 10. Where 10 was like pure turn-based combat, which is I like a lot. 10-2 sort of played a lot like the older ones where you have like a action meter that fills up over time. I don't know. One of the big difference though is they sort of have like a pseudo job system. They're called spheres, but it's essentially a job system. And you unlock more spheres the more you play the game. So the roulette challenge was whatever spheres I had at the time, whatever dress spheres I had at the time, I would number them, use a random number generator, and before every mission, and whatever number it landed on for each of my party members, that was the only job I was supposed to use. And I tried it out. Like there was a few episodes I tried doing that one on Twitch. Didn't get the biggest turnout, but big surprise there. But I tried it out, and in theory it could work. It's just I'm not sure anyone really likes 10-2 as much as 10. Not to mention, there was a couple times where I got the white mage dress sphere, and I rolled it for all three of the characters to have, and I'm like, this will not do because I can't attack. I can't attack anybody. And as far as I know, maybe later down. All right, thanks Ryan for sending that. I think later down on the road, maybe you get some attack options with the white mage, but definitely not at the beginning of the game. So I had to set a rule like, okay, no doubles. We can't allow any doubles for this challenge, but it's definitely something I wanted to do. But I don't know. I'll have to like really dissect certain games that I know and just throw a little clause on there and then, you know, make a challenge mode out of it. You know, something like that. It's what I prompt. It's, you know, I've talked about it enough times already, but that's what prompted me to do the Destiny 1 gun challenge. That was kind of fun. And then really, really difficult at the end. And basically that was me playing through Destiny. The first game and then all of the DLC that came with it. All I had to use as far as weaponry was the very first gun that you get in the game. That was it. Which eventually it just turned into me shooting with the first gun I got / punching dudes in the face. Because my punch at some point became more powerful than the gun. But I did it though, and I did beat it. It took me a bunch of tries, but I definitely beat it. So that was a challenge that was completed. And I would do Destiny 2 in the same fashion if it weren't because of the fact that the first gun you get in that game is a handgun. And I was not very good with those handguns at all. But I don't know. I won't completely rule it out. Maybe one day I'll put my big boy pants on and do the Destiny 2 one gun challenge. Sort of like a follow-up there. Just hand cannon away with this stupid weak gun. I don't know. It's up there. It's debatable. But yeah, I mean, if they weren't so long, I would definitely do more RPGs too. I love Destinies when I first played on the PS3. I never beat the Taken King. I never even completed Destiny's 2 main story. I at least beat the core Destiny 2. I didn't think it was that bad. I liked it. But yeah, like, I bought Destiny 1 and beat that fast. Like, when it first came out, I was super stoked. And then I was just kind of like, after I beat it, I'm like, there's not much else going on to do. But then sometime later when they came out with that Legendary Collection, I think, which was Destiny 1 with all the DLC, I rebought it then. And then I played through it, and then I felt a little better. I'm like, this is what it should have been. But, oh well. What can you do? I spent life on PC, so I'm really good with this stuff. Well, there you go, man. Whatever works for you. If you could get yourself good on the PC and stuff, man, go right on ahead and doing that. Ah, dang it! No, I don't want to pocket him. I need him. I need this lump of coal. So yeah, oh shit. Freaking buttons, man. I'm getting myself frazzled here. Alright, so this is what I wanted to do. Bloop. There we go. There we go. Oh yeah, and...
What's your profanity?
That was for me. Alright. Oh my goodness. So yeah, going back to what I was talking to earlier. I definitely, for my 6th Pokemon, I need a good special attacker. Not necessarily a sweeper, but someone who's a... I need someone who's a good special attacker. And right now, the option that I think I'm going to go with is getting my Galvantula back. Because I like Galvantula. I feel like he was a really, really underappreciated Pokemon for what he was, especially in his heyday. Although I heard that... I might correct me if I'm wrong, but did something happen with Sticky Web? Like, did Game Freak do something about Sticky Web? I might be wrong, but I could have sworn I heard somewhere that like something happened with Sticky Web, that either they changed the way it functions or if they got rid of it. I don't know. Which sucks because honestly, Sticky Web was so good with Galvantula. He was super fast. You just set it up first turn, boom. Just slow down your entire opponent's team. And you send out a ghost out there to be a spin blocker. It's perfect. It's perfect synergy. Oh boy, I was talking by myself. I had to go get myself another drink. Yeah, after this egg hatches, I'm going to get myself something to drink real quick. Alright. I was hoping. Alright, be right back. I'm coming back. I'm coming back. All right, here I am. Whew. There we go. No clue. You're only 3. Oh, you're only 3 gyms in. Oh, okay, I got you. Which version do you have then, Ryan? That's a curious question right there. There is a Pokemon I want from Shield, and I thought I got it in a trade, but maybe I guess I didn't. But it's Krogunk. Like Toxicroak is one of my favorite Pokemon. And I was happy that he was in this game, but unfortunately he's not in the Sword version. Which honestly, I feel like I made a giant mistake in all hindsight. And I know I've said it before, but I feel like I really should have gotten Shield. Because Mark and I both got Sword. You know, because if you had to pick between a Sword and a Shield, I mean, I'm sure more people chose sword. But thinking about it, I should have gotten shield. That way we both would have completed the Pokédex a lot sooner. That would have been the smart thing to do. But I'm like, no, I want sword because I wanted the sword version. Sword sounds cooler. And now I'm like dragging behind because I just can't get a hold of these stupid shield guys. I've always been a console gamer, but PC seems to have so much more variety. So my friend is oh yeah, never get rid of your roots. You know. Absolutely. I played like a handful of PC games. I'm not saying I don't play PC games at all. I just 9 times out of 10 would go for a console. But yeah, absolutely, you know. But certain games that I do have on console, I should play on PC because they do run better. For example, XCOM. Like if XCOM, oh my god, it's hard to like. XCOM is a sweet game. I love it a lot. It's one of my favorites, and I love the customization in it, and just the strategies, and you know, just the world itself. It's so good. You know, I like it a lot. The unfortunate thing is that XCOM on console plays like absolute. It functions, but it's so glitchy. It's so bad. And that is when I would have streamed that a long time ago. Like, I would have streamed that a long, long time ago. But it's just plays so terrible on console. So I would have to get it on PC to have the most optimal experience of playing XCOM for everyone. So that is one advantage PC has. But yeah, there's like a bunch of games that, what is it? There's this one YouTuber I watch. His name is Christopher Odd. And he's like a streamer. Well, streamer, YouTuber, like, he plays both teams, if you know what I mean. And the bulk of all of his games is PC games. What's up? Let me say this. Lol Broil? Lol Broil. Welcome.
Wonderful.
Here, have an oak on the house. Glad you could join us, my friend. But yeah, like he plays like a bunch of PC games, and there's like a crap ton of games he plays that I find very interesting. And I actually, Lol Buy Roll. Oh, Lol Buy Roll. Okay. Well, thank you for correcting me. Is that? I'm trying to look at your profile picture. That's a Pikachu? If I'm not mistaken, you got yourself a little Pikachu. Which I actually debated about raising a Raichu as my 6th member. Just because. Like, that was one Pokemon that was sought after a lot back in the day. It always seems like every Pokemon generation there's like a Pokemon that has a really low catch rate that you can catch like super early on. And I remember that in 1st gen that the Pikachu in Viridian Forest was like the one you would spend a lot of time trying to find. But it was worth it every time. But I remember, too, I think it was on my red version. One time I was playing through it, and the game glitched. And my Pikachu evolved into a Raichu on its own. Without the use of a stone. And that was interesting. Like, I was, like, waiting for it to learn Thunder at the time. And I never got to it. Because... the stinking game is like, nope, you're going to be a Raichu now. And I'm like, oh, cool. Well, this is happening. I didn't totally complain. Freaking free Raichu, and I got a Thunderstone for later on. In case I wanted a Jolteon or something. Which, here's a question for you guys. When you played through Gen 1, did you ever use the Eevee? Like, did you ever, like, when you find the Eevee in the hotel, did you guys ever use it? Because I think I tried to once when I was playing through, and I made it a Vaporeon. So I think it was a playthrough where I picked Bulbasaur as my starter, so I didn't have my water guy. So I think I played through it, and I got the Eevee, and I evolved it into a Vaporeon. I think that was like the only time I actually used Eevee through a playthrough. But I don't remember if I stuck to it. I might have actually like stopped playing it and then just reset the file sometime later. I don't know. But I do remember doing that though, back in Generation 1. So, but I'm just curious if anyone else like did that, if they actually rolled with a Vaporeon, Flareon, or a Jolteon playing through it. Trying not to lose hope. Trying so hard not to lose hope right now. Because I really want to get the shiny on stream. I want to get it immortalized on video. So that way I'll be like, hey, Paul's not a loser. Oh, you started with Gen 4? Did you ever go back and play like older generations though? Or have you just played from like Gen 4 up? Because I don't know. I mean, it's interesting going back in time and going back to... Because I've went back to playing my blue version multiple times. And it's always interesting going back to like the original PlayStation style. PlayStation. Wow, forgive me.
Watch your profanity.
The original Game Boy style. But it's good memories, though. So that definitely fuels me to keep playing it, in spite of any technological advances that we had to where we're at right now with Sword and Shield. Being fully 3D console, generation-wise. I haven't played Gen 1, but when I got Platinum, I used the free Eevee to get Leafy on it. Oh, interesting. Which that reminds me, when I played through Soul Silver the first time, I definitely cheesed. I'll admit it. I can't tell you exactly what the team was, but I do remember I had Mark help me by trading over some Pokemon from his Platinum, because that was the same generation for Heart Gold and Soul Silver and Diamond and Pearl and Platinum. Like, they're all the same generation. So he helped me by trading me over some guys. He actually traded me over a level 1 Glaceon, however you want to say it. And I actually played through Soul Silver with a Glaceon on my team. That was pretty interesting. Especially since Ice type, I don't feel Ice type was as prevalently strong as it could have been back then. Except for like Lance and his dragons. Glaceon was perfect for that. But yeah, I remember he traded... Oh, also he traded me over a Beldum. I just remembered that. I'm like, there's 2 Pokemon I really wanted. I want a Glaceon and I want a Beldum. So I can get a freaking Metagross. And that's what he did. He helped me out with that. Oh my god. I just remembered that. That was not fair of my part. Breaking the game. But that was like the only time I ever did that, though. So I just had this super strong Steel type. And that was back when Steel still resisted Dark and Ghost type, I think. So yeah, he was a very creditable threat. And I'm just like, yeah, can I have one of those, Mark? Thanks, guy. So, and that's how I beat Soul Silver. Can't music in Gen 4 style. It's amazing. Leverage almost creepy in Gen 1 to calm and sound. Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, it was definitely See, here's my thing. And something I was really hopeful for console generation. When are we ever going to get a Pokemon game where you can go between different regions again? You know? Like, it's such a good idea, and it's one of the big reasons I feel that people love God, words. One of the big reasons why people like Gold and Silver. You know, like that. not just the second gen, but like also the remakes, you know? Like people like those games because there's just so much there. And I don't know. I was kind of hoping, like, you know, with the better hardware that they would be able to do something like that again, but we didn't get that. So I don't know why they haven't tried redoing that. Who knows? You know, maybe they'll do it for the next game. Maybe. Or they'll just do a rehash and we'll get Super Sword and Super Shield or something. I don't know. I'm just thinking out loud. Don't mind me. And did I say it? It's Metagross, right? Okay. I don't know. There's so many Pokemon names I still get wrong. It's like I still have to fight my child instinct of calling it Nidoking and Nidoqueen instead of the Nidoqueen and Nidoking, which they're supposed to be called. But for whatever reason, I just have to fight the urge to call them that because that's what I called them for the longest time, ever since I was a kid. Maybe Gen 4 remakes will let you pass through Sinnoh ruins to go to Sinnoh and Johto. Hopefully. Hopefully. We can only hope, right? Never, but there's a Pokemon MMO. I would dare say this is the... it's not that close, but this is like the closest we've gotten to a Pokemon MMO. Just going on the online and wild area and just seeing people doing their things. Like I said, it's nowhere near close, but I feel like this is technically the closest we've gotten for like a official Pokemon MMO. I don't know. You think they would learn from people that, like, you know, do fan games and stuff. Like, look at freaking Sonic Mania. You know, whoever was in charge of making Sonic games were doing so bad, and then here comes along this small team who just, you know, produce Sonic Mania and do a fan-freaking-tastic job of it. It's like, geez, you know? You think you could learn something from these guys. At least doing this, the kid will get a great leg out of it. That's true. Welcome, Cody, by the way. Here.
Wonderful.
Have an oak on the house. It's on the house, man. Get another YouTuber reference. Oh, I must have missed that. Oh my goodness, my throat is not happy with me right now. Also, my luck is not happy with me right now because I'm still not getting a shiny octopus. I just want the shiny. Can I have a shiny, please? Is that too much to ask for? To get the shiny octopus. I really want it. If I really want something, eventually it happens, right? That's how life works. Clearly. God dang it. Alright. Never really liked MMOs. My friend tried to get me to Elder Scrolls Online, and when you've got online only and have to load hundreds of players at a time, yeah. I remember, like, Elder Scrolls Online got a lot of flack when it first came out because of those reasons. Like, I don't know. I think what it was is that people were so hung up on Skyrim that they were expecting something similar to that. So when the MMO came out, people were just kind of blown back because they probably felt like it was so simplistic. And also because of, like, you know, quality issues and, like, load times and things like that. People just weren't that thrilled about it. I think I remember hearing that, like, ESO had a rocky start. It's still going on, though. Like, I think they're still, you know, patching it and expanding it. And people are still playing it. So, I mean, must have gotten something right to get people hooked on it. I never really did MMOs too much. Like, I actually tried playing World of Warcraft. Like, all my friends were playing it. Even Markman, he was playing it for a good while. But a lot of our friends really, really, really got into it. Actually, well, Mark was playing it for a little bit. He's more of a Diablo guy, but that's besides the point. Point is, a lot of our people we know were playing World of Warcraft. So I decided to give it a shot. And I'm like, I just want to see what the big deal was. You know, I want to see how this game got as giant as it did. So I gave it a fair shot. And it was alright. Like, I got into it for like the first few moments of playing it, but after I stopped, I really wasn't like hooked enough to like be itching to go back into it, you know? Because it's just a giant grind. And people are like, well, after you get past the first tutorial parts, it's not that bad. And I'm like, yeah, but I have to get past the first tutorial parts, you know? There has to be like a way to incorporate and make it more interesting than just collect 20 patches of grass because this quest said so. I don't know. They recently released a new DLC for ESO. My friend still plays it, so good on them. Exactly. Yeah, so they must have done something to get it back up. What was it? Final Fantasy 14? That's an online MMO. That one did horrible when it first came out. That it went to the point that they actually had to completely redo the entire game. Like from the ground up, they rebuilt it, and it actually got really, really popular at some point. I'm pretty sure people are still playing it, but like they fixed it and then some, and it got big. Like I saw so many people play Final Fantasy 14 online. What was it? Realm Reborn expansion came out. People were playing it, like a ton of it, you know. So I don't know, if people just pay attention and do things right the first time, then you really, you know, don't have to worry about it. But good on companies to actually be like, you know what, we done goofed, let's fix it, and they just redid it. So I mean, that takes a lot of humility right there to do that. I played for 4 days and hated it. Yeah, MMOs aren't for anybody. Let's hope they will make a Skyrim 6 soon, because we saw what happened to Fallout 76. I know people. I think, well, not to be that guy, Cody, but I think you mean Elder Scrolls 6, because technically it's not Skyrim, it's Elder Scrolls 5 Skyrim. So, sorry, I don't want to be that guy, but the more you know. Basically is what I'm trying to say. Wish I could refund Fallout 76, but they closed refunds a while back, and now I'm $50 in the hole. Oh, yeah. That's another game I heard did terrible. Like, what was it about? I'm sure Mark told me, because I think he tried. I don't remember if Mark played it or not. Oh, you're fine, Cody. I'm just so you know. But everyone calls it Skyrim pretty much because, you know, well, first of all, it's in bold letters, so I don't blame you. It's the big headliner. But, I don't know. It's such a big success that that's all that people really know it by, so. And, I liked Skyrim. It was fun. It's just, open world games like that I have a hard time with sometimes because ADD gets in the way. And when you have a game like that where there's just so much to do, it can get overwhelming sometimes, I feel. Which is surprising because you'd think that Breath of the Wild, I would kind of have the same problems with Breath of the Wild. I really didn't. Like, I managed to get through Breath of the Wild, like, at a really good pace, and it kept me engaged the entire time. I don't know. Maybe because there was, like, a whole bunch of... I don't know. It's hard to explain. For some reason, I feel like Breath of the Wild just was better. As far as, like, open world games go. But... I felt bad for you, Fruit. I'm sorry? Oh, Fruit Wagon. Sorry. Oh, sorry. You guys are talking to each other. Don't mind me. Don't mean to intercept your messages there. Skyrim has an awesome modding community, and that's not mentioning the Thomas the Tank Engine Dragons. Oh, goodness gracious me. Oh my goodness, I don't know what's going on with my internet right now. So I got it on my phone right now because I want to make sure that everything is running good still. And I've been noticing some buffering screens. I don't know if you guys are seeing that or not, or if it's just me. I don't know. But I just want to make sure you guys are entertained. 10 Ton, what's up, man?
Wonderful.
Glad to have you here, man. And yes, I am shiny hunting yet again. Yeah, they do have great. Yeah, I've seen some stuff. I think I've seen somebody like try to remake some towns from Ocarina of Time in Skyrim. I'm sure they've done like a ton of like RPG towns and stuff. I wouldn't doubt it. Holy moly. Oh. God, has it really been that long since I talked like this? Whew. You guys might not believe it. But when I'm like normally a quiet dude, like in my own time. Like really YouTube is definitely a way for me to open up and be conversive and everything. So when I'm doing something like this, like a stream by myself, and I'm just yapping all the time, man, like my throat and it's just all like, oh, please give me a break, man. I can't talk anymore. And it's just like, I have to though. We have to fill up the dead space. I think that was, I think that's the reason why I stopped my playthrough of Breath of the Wild for the channel. Because I was streaming that for a good while. But I think what it was that there was just a ton of dead space between all the shrines and the towns and everything like that I had to sit there and just just try and fill it out. And I was just running out of crap to say, and it's like, ah! And we were nowhere near as big as we are now. So, I mean, it was definitely a lot harder. But I don't know. Keep water. Oh, yeah, I got my drink right here. I'm drinking some stuff. It's just that the only time I ever talk this much is when I'm talking to you guys, so. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's not a complaint. It's not totally a complaint, it's just an observation on my part. Because I'm just sitting here, and all of a sudden my throat's just kind of like, trying to close on itself. Like, Paul, just shut up. No one wants to hear it. Yeah, there we go. But I don't know. I should go into the file. Actually, well, I don't have it on a playlist, but I should go back and find those Breath of the Wild episodes. Because maybe that could be a game to go back to. Just because I like that game so much. If I remember, I left it up to the chat to decide which Guardians we were going after, and they chose the Rito Guardian first. So I met the Rito first, which was strange for me. And then I think, and then I think, and I think we went to the Gerudo Desert. That's where we went next. All right. Well, have fun at your dinner there, Mr. Fruit Wagon. And thanks for stopping by, man. See you in the Discord. Oh, my God. I would want the shiny, please. Hopefully I could get it before I run out of room. That is a possibility of running out of box room. That's what happened with my last stretch. Like, I just started trying to do it on my own. I just literally ran out of box rooms. It's unfortunate. But yeah, we beat the Rito stage, and then we were heading towards Gerudo Desert. I'm not sure if I made it yet or not, but I know that was the direction everyone told me to go into. So I think that's where I left off. I don't know. Like I said, I have to go back and find the episodes and figure out where I left off, and then try and determine to myself if it's worth going back to or not. Speaking of which, though, hopefully we get some more information about Breath of the Wild 2. If it's going to be called Breath of the Wild 2, or if it's actually going to be called something else, but be the sequel to Breath of the Wild. All we got was that teaser, which, holy crap, that was quite a teaser, I'll tell you that. Like, I'll have to find a video, because I'm sure people broke it down, because there was like a bunch of images flashing at one point. But it looks like they're using this same aesthetic world of Breath of the Wild. They'll probably just expand some more on it. Like, just open it up a little bit. And it looked like they're going to talk about Ganondorf. Or something like that. I don't know if it's officially Ganondorf, or more than likely is. But, you know, that's really all you got, though. Like, they were really, they just teased it. They were really hush-hush about, like, any information other than that. I'm hoping, though. And unlike Game Freak, they're not going to just push it out within a year. They're probably going to take their time. Which I hope. I would rather wait for a game to come out and be amazing than a game to be rushed out, you know? So, I'm confident. I'm confident that, I'll do alright. Never played Zelda. Oh, dear Ryan, you should play at least one. I mean, I've played a number of Zelda games. I've only beaten one, which was Breath of the Wild. But I did give the other ones a try. I tried the classic Zelda. I tried Zelda 2. I tried Ocarina of Time. Never beat it. I tried Majora's Mask. Never beat it. I tried Skyward Sword. Never beat it. I think I started to play Twilight Princess, but I didn't get very far in it at all. I never owned it. Well, I don't know. It's worth a shot at least once. But it's up to you, though. More a Fire Emblem guy. Yeah, speaking of Fire Emblem, holy crap. Man, I have so many games I haven't beaten. And I need to get back into playing Three Houses. I was getting into it really good, and then I just stopped, and I haven't gotten back into playing it. I want to, though. Like, I like how it looks. I like the full voice acting. You know, the battles still feel really good. And I like the little tweaks they did to it. It's a good game. I just need to play more of it. It's unfortunate. Oh, God. Oh, God, I had a gas pocket there. Alright, anytime, if you want to give me a shiny octopus, that'd be great game. Thanks. Fire Emblem, but 3 was a bit meh. Well, you know. It's all a matter of perspective, I suppose. From what it looks like, they changed the formula enough that, like, it's not like, it's not too much like a, it's not like a traditional, quote-unquote traditional Fire Emblem experience, from what I gathered. Play for the channel, I'll come with you over Discord. Maybe. That's something, again, that's something I gotta talk with Mark about. Because I don't know. I feel like whatever we play next, I want to do it together. Especially when it comes to a stream series. I'm just filling in the gaps right now with some shiny hunting here. I also debated about going back to Crystal Chronicles tonight, but I figured shiny hunting was something different. Just go for that. Plus, I'm just really banking on that awesome moment. It's gonna happen when I finally do get a shiny live on the channel. It'd be great if it happened tonight. But I don't know. It's not looking like it. Byleth is my biggest issue. He is literally like, but as a silent protagonist. I didn't beat Three Houses though, so I don't know. I mean, the name Byleth sounds familiar, but it's not ringing a bell because I'm terrible at names. But I'm pretty sure I know who you're talking about. But yeah, like I only beat one Fire Emblem game, which was Awakening. But I have tried playing Fates. Never committed to that one. Yeah, Three Houses I never beaten. At one point I did. Oh wait. That's right. But I forget that you can rename him. He's like Robin, and the other Corin. You know, they have their base name, but you could change it if you want. I got it. I'm picking up what you're dropping. I'm smelling what you're stepping in. I got you. I know that I should have known too, because I think there was a number of people saying that they want him to be like the next Smash Brothers character, and I don't know. I hope not. As much as I like using the sword people in Smash, I feel like there's too many sword people. I think Smash Brothers has its fair share of sword people, so I kind of hope that they don't put any more Fire Emblem characters in. We have enough. We have more than enough right now. You know, you got Marth, Roy, Ike, Chrom, Lucina, Robin. That's 6 right there, and that's way more necessary for Fire Emblem. And then that's everyone, and then not including everyone else. I mean, Link is a sword character. You got the hero. You got Shulk. You know, it's like just crap! Don't take it back! Don't take it back! All right, jump in the gun. So yeah, I'm kind of hoping they'll kind of hold off on the sword characters. I just wish they would say something about who it is, but already, you know. For all this time that we're waiting to find out, it's like it better be like a presentation with him, and then being like, okay, he'll be out tomorrow. Have fun, whoever that is. But I was hoping at least what they would do what they did with Terry and do like at least like an announcement just to kind of keep people's mouths watering. Because I'm starting to lose my patience a little bit with Sakurai. I'm like, come on, I just want to know who it is. I just want to know who it is. It's Sora. My wife would love that for sure. Plus a lot of people. I mean, Sora's a name that's been rotated around as far as Smash Brothers inclusion, so I'm pretty sure a good chunk of the internet would explode. I honestly don't know who else, though. I mean, like, I don't know. There's like so many, though, that they ultimately could pick from, but I don't know. I think in Japan, what is it? I think in Japan that Lloyd from Tales of Symphonia is like a top pick of like wanted characters, which is really interesting to me because I feel like Symphonia did pretty decently over here. I feel like it like started the Tales series get popular over here. It started with Symphonia, so I mean I would think that Lloyd would be more talked about, but what can you do? But I think Lloyd would be an interesting addition, just to make it interesting. Three Houses' biggest issue is just its lack of original ideas. Bailiff is way too similar to Ike. The main thing is that it's fate's 3 paths that change based on your decision. I got you. Which houses did you guys go for, though? If any of you played any of you that did play Three Houses. I cannot remember the name of it, but I went for the blue one. That's the best. That's basically it. I went after the blue one. And it's funny because I showed Mark the characters, and the lead guy of the blue house it's just this blonde boy, and Mark's like, hey, that's me. And I'm like, yeah, dude, it's totally you. Dimitri, that's his name. So yeah, so every time I played it and Dimitri I had to talk to him, or if he was acting, I was just like, yep, there goes Mark doing his night thing. Yeah, I didn't get horribly far in Three Houses, but Cornyn was corny. Friggin' A. What was it? I think Awakening saved the Fire Emblem series. Like, I think the series was not doing so hot, and it might have stopped. And I think when Awakening was about to come out, if I remember this correctly, I think I heard this before, but like Awakening, by the time Awakening was being developed, they were about to, you know, get out of business. So they're like, all right, we're going to dump all these ideas in Awakening and just go out with a bang. And it did so good that it like revitalized the series. And that's why we got all these other games now. All because of Awakening. Which just goes to show how awesome of a game it is. I like it a lot. If you get another Fire Emblem rep, don't let it be Byleth. We have too many swords, man. We need Lynn and her bow, Hector and his axe, Self and his knife, Micah and her magic, Ethereum and his lance. Yeah, a whole bunch of people. It's probably not going to be Lynn, because she's been assist trophied, like Waluigi. So, okay, good. I thought I remember that right. But I thought that was interesting, you know? It's so good when you... It's like Final Fantasy, because the guy who made Final Fantasy, it was essentially the same thing. You know, it was a last-ditch effort to make a, you know, to make like a video game, like his Final Fantasy. But it did so amazing and so well, we got 15 of them. Just the main series ones. But it was meant to be the final one. All those years ago. So it's pretty neat when you hear about stories like that. So yeah, when I found out Awakening saved the entire series, I'm like, yes, it did. Was that the same? Well, I don't know if Pokemon was in dire straits, though. Like, the first generation was so successful that I don't think... But maybe in the context of them dumping everything, then yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Which, again, they just need to do that. You know, I mean, they got enough Pokemon that they can work with it. We got better hardware in the form of the Switch. I don't care about your 4,000 types of curry. That means nothing to me. You know, you could put all that data towards making another region for us to visit. In the same game. I don't know. Oh, they didn't want to make one? Oh, I gotcha. Violet is the least interesting of the three to me. Corrin might be annoying or corny, but at least he's a character. Violet's not annoying, but he's not really charming like Robin was. Yeah, I'll give you that. Violet has been a little... I don't know. I don't know. I like the whole idea of Three Houses as far as like a setting goes. I kind of like the idea of it being like a campus and like your soldiers are your students, and just the way it's presented, I like. I do like that about Three Houses. I think it's pretty interesting. It's a lot different than just being, at least from what I've played so far. I may be wrong because I haven't beat the game, but from what I'm observing right now, having it all take place in a school setting, I think is kind of unique, and I kind of like that. Like I said, I didn't beat it, so as far as I know, it might change on a whim, and like the entire game will be completely turned upside down. If it is, please don't tell me. I want to be surprised in case I get back into it. Although I feel like if I do get back into it, I might have to start over. I don't want to, but I don't know. I don't really 100% remember what's going on with the story. I do and I don't. But I don't know. Settings supports business data to give the game major props for what it does well. Just licensing, yeah. Well, you know, every game could be critiqued in the same manner if you want to split hairs, but you know, it's ultimately down to personal preference. Like, some people think certain things are forgivable. Case in point, the lack of a national dex. A lot of people are like, that's not a big deal, and you got a whole same number of people being like, this is an outrage. So I mean, that's an example right there. Personal preference, I guess. It's a game with a bunch of Donalds. Are we referring to... Oh no, I'm thinking of Donald. Like the farmer boy from Awakening. I don't know why I just thought of him all of a sudden. Which, by the way, Donald is... really difficult to use, I think. Like, what was it? I did some research as far as, like, what's the best, like, pairings in Awakening, and Donald is, like, up there. Like, if you could get Donald paired up with somebody, he could actually, like, do you some good. But I think, let me see if I remember correctly. I think the best pairing is female Robin with Crom. Because both of them get, like, really good skills that you could pass down to your offspring. And if you have the two best people making the best children, then bada bing, bada boom, you got yourself some killer kids right there. Oh, you're talking about... okay, I got you. Yeah, but Donald, I think, was up there as, like, one of the top guys to pair with somebody. Like, I want to say... I don't know, maybe he had, like, some good, like, statistical growth that could get passed or something. I don't know, it was something. Something was, like, redeeming about him. But he is difficult to, like, get up there, though. That's one thing I have discovered, is that he's very difficult to get up there. Because he, first of all, his mission is ridiculous, I feel. I don't even get him 100% of the time anytime I play through it. Like, there's been a couple times where he'll die, and I just lose it, so. Oh, that's what it was? It was a skill? Yeah. I figured it was something along those lines. I don't know. But, one thing, I think the last time I tried playing through Awakening, I wanted to get Robin and Lucina to hook up and be married. Mostly because there's just one scene in the entire game where Lucina draws her blade at Robin. Oh, shit. That's really good. 25% boost? That's crazy. God. Yeah, but he's just so... okay, I wouldn't say he's difficult, but you do got to put a lot of work into him. That's kind of what I was getting at. Like, he's a high-maintenance character to get him to that point. But yeah, definitely worth it for that. Holy shit. Donald. I have to try and get you next time I play again. What was I talking about? Oh, yeah. So, like, there's the scene where Lucina... Spoilers, by the way. In case. Blah. Anyway, so, like, Lucina, like, draws her blade at Robin because, you know... wants to keep her dad safe, and Robin's to blame. It just... You get, like, this... What was it? You just get, like, it's just the little things. So, like, if Robin and Lucina were an item, and it got to that scene where she's like, I'm going to kill you because I have to, you just get that quick moment where Lucina, like, hesitates, and she's just like, I can't do it. I can't do it. And it's like, you know why she can't do it? Because you're in love, and it's just so gut-wrenching, and I wanted to get that. I don't think I did yet. But yeah, I wanted to do a playthrough where Robin and Lucina became an item. When I first played through, he was the only one that could do damage to at least to the last 3 chapters. Oh, dang. Like, don't get me wrong, Donald is good. He will become good. You just got to put the time and effort into him. That's the thing. Iris, how rewarded. The dialogue of that scene will change based on her mom or her husband. Oh, yeah, exactly. That's right. Yeah, because female Robin, yeah. Gotta think about that. You know what is weird, though? And nobody's addressed it. But Lucina and Owain can hook up. No matter... Owain is Lissa's son. And Lissa is Crom's sister. And Lucina is Crom's daughter. Which would then make Lucina and Owain first cousins. And yet, Lucina and Owain can get married in the game. And nobody's talking about it. Nobody's, like, questioning that at all. And that kind of blows my mind a little bit. Because it's like, no one's going to mention this? Like, Fire Emblem Awakening, first cousins can get married. What? It's like, why would you program that? It makes no sense to me. Alright, take your time, Ryan. But you know what I'm talking about, though? I mean, tell me I'm not the only one that noticed that. Like, the game's been out long enough that I'm sure more people notice it, but no one's talking about it. No one's saying, hey, this isn't the problem. I mean, unless... I mean, I can't justify it. Sweet, sweet home, Alabama. Yeah, I'm sure that's the reason. Oh my god. But yeah, I remember realizing that, and I just had that moment of, just, my eyes were like kind of bugged out, and I'm just staring into nothing, just contemplating what I just read. That Wayne and Lucina's relationship can reach S rank, and I'm like, that's the marriage rank. Oh, dear God. In Fate, you can marry Azura, who is also... I guess that's true, too. That's so weird. Although I never beat Fates, so... yeah, there's that. I mean, at least the good thing about Fates is you don't marry your, like, immediate family. So that's good, right? Although, oh my god, that reminds me of this one little animated skit I seen about Fates, and the guy made it before the game came out. And what's her name? Oh god. Oh, Camille. There's the skit basically where they're like pulling on Corrin from both sides, saying, "Oh, come back to your family. No, come back to this family." It's like, we're related by blood. It's like, no, we raised him since he was young. And he ultimately chose Nor's side because boobs, because of Camille's boobs. Like that was the whole that was the whole premise of the skit. I don't know. It's funny though, but it's like, yeah. Before the two main characters they get married at the end, are related and get married. Oh, jeez. Oh, is that what it is? Okay, I got you. I mean, not that I'm making excuses for it, but if it's modeled after, you know, medieval times, that was a practice that was normally practiced back then. And I'm sure they had their reasons. I think it was like, you know, to keep the royal bloodline contained within itself. So they married off family members. At least that was their logic back then. So, not that I'm saying it's okay, but if they're using that reasoning to base that off their games, then okay, I guess. But still, very weird. Oh, God. Alright, I don't want to think about that anymore. Instead, what I want to think about is strangling this game because it's not giving me the damn shiny that I want. Ah! I just want a shiny on stream. Can you do that for me? That's all I wanted. I'm not asking for much. I just want a shiny octopus. I want to point out the corners now. Oh, again, I haven't beat Fates, so yeah, that might have slipped past me. But okay then, I guess. Either way, Camille. That's all I'm gonna say. Or is it Camilla? I don't know. One of those two. Oh, goodness gracious me. I don't know. It's only revealed if you choose to marry Sakura? Wait, you can marry Sakura? Really? Wow, it's been a while since I touched the game, so holy crap, maybe... Damn. Alright, well... There you go, then. Oh my goodness. I just want to get the shiny Pokemon. I want to know. See, now I'm thinking about Smash Brothers for some reason. Because we were talking about how we don't want a Fire Emblem character in Smash Brothers. And we're talking about Fire Emblem, which is only making me think about Smash Brothers. And how much I still want to know who that last DLC guy is. So that's all I'm really thinking about right now. Yeah, I kind of... There are certain parts that I do feel like Fates really was coattailing Awakening to a degree. Like, having the kids... Like, having access to having your kids in your party based on your marriages is explained through the story. And I feel like... Again, I haven't beat Fate, so I'm probably just speaking out of my ass. But... I feel like they did a good job explaining it in Awakening, so that it made sense. You know, Lucina comes through the time portal, and she's like, there were others that were with me, and you don't know exactly who, but until you get married, and then you find them, and it's all integral to each other. It felt pretty organic, you know? Whereas with Fates, it's like, oh, it's a different dimension, and then you might have kids that are inside this different dimension, and it's like... I don't know. It didn't really resonate with me as it did with Awakening's explanation, at least from what I saw. So in a way, I kind of felt like Fates was coattailing in that regard, at least. But I don't know. That's just another game on the list of mini games that Paulguy still needs to beat. I wouldn't say it's better than Awakening based on what I played so far, because I really do hold Awakening to a really high standard and regard, because I just was so enthralled with it. But I don't want it to seem like I'm being completely biased because I have it because I like it that much. But I don't know. I like the marriage system in kids. Yeah, like I do like the system of it, and I like the concept of it. Which makes me wonder, though. I should look into it, but if there's other RPGs that have a similar. Okay, good. At least you're with me on that, there, Tenton. Do you know any other RPGs that kind of have like the same, or not just RPGs, but other games that kind of have like a similar mechanic to that, where you can have marriages, but then you actually see the results of them through like your offspring, whether it be like a generational jump or something like that. Because I'm pretty curious about that. Like, I could probably be down to clown for those types of games. Kajan, what's up, man?
Wonderful.
Glad to have you here, my friend. FE4 is Japan. Ah, of course it's Japan only. Ugh. But oh god, there's this one game I saw at GameStop years ago, and it had something like that, where you play the game through generations. Like, you start off the game with like your party members, but then you can have them marry each other, and then you can actually play as their kids in the next generation. And I feel like whoever you have matched up determines like skills for those kids or something. And I cannot remember the name of it because I really wanted to look into it. The only thing that kept me from buying it was the guy's like, this game takes a long ass time to play through. And at the time I'm like, oh, that's kind of daunting. But now I'm just like, why would I care? It's a freaking RPG. Of course it's going to take forever to get through. Clobbopus can't hold anything because he has no thumbs. Yeah. I don't know, unless he holds them together like oven mitts or something. I don't know. But then when he evolves into grapple lock, he gets octopus hands. So we got a remake of FE2. We could get a remake of 4. Maybe. That would be nice. That would be. I would be down with that. I don't know. Also, if I could make a side note, 10 ton. Another thing about Three Houses that I wasn't the big fan of was how they handled permadeath. Because I played it on classic mode. And... Oh, nice, Kajan. Shiny Altaria. I always played on classic mode. And I did lose somebody playing Three Houses. And I was sad by it because I'm like, oh crap, I'm never going to see this person again. I get back to school. There they are. They're alive. They're just not fighting anymore. And that, to me, that just kind of took away from it, you know? Because it's like, sure, I won't be using them in my party anymore, but they're alive. They're just not battle ready anymore. And I don't know, like, I shouldn't be that depressed about, you know, not having permadeath really feel like permadeath, but it just doesn't, you know? And that kind of took away from the luster of it to me. But I don't know, that's just something I noticed about Three Houses. I mean, the game still plays good. It's just little things like that, you know? That is one gripe I do have with it. Is that permadeath doesn't feel like it when you just go back to the campus and you just see them chilling around. Oh, you got Death Stranding. Ooh. I watched someone start playing that. Shit. Yeah, I started. God, words today, Paul. I watched someone start playing that game, and it does look pretty damn realistic for what they were trying to go for. I believe the later levels will kill them off once the... Yeah, I haven't hit that point just yet, 10 ton. I feel like I am. I feel like I'm right at the point where the story's going to take a turn. I just haven't hit there yet. But I feel like I'm getting close. Death Stranding has so much physics and it's very hard. Oh, cool. It looks pretty spoopy. Like, it's now like horror game, but you know, it's what's his? Oh God, frickin' Kojima and oh God, I can't remember that dude's name. But they both originally came up with the idea for PT, and we're gonna make Silent Hills together. So of course they're gonna like bring some spoop elements into this freaking game. Apparently humans can't pack 10 packages at once. No, as far as I know, not your average human anyways. Oh my God, that's funny. Although I think it's funny too, like how you assign the packages on your person. It doesn't really have spoopy stuff. Yeah, it's debatable, I guess. That baby's creepy. I'll tell you that. Like, I'm sure it might change as the story progresses, but from what I've seen, that looks like a very creepy baby for whatever reason. Oh yeah, those. Oh, what were they called? BTs? Is that what they were called? There was like a 2-letter anagram for them. I want to say it was BTs. I don't know. Well, I hope you have fun with it, Kajan. Let me know how it is, because that game did get my attention when they announced it. Any amount of spoop put aside, it definitely did get my attention. So, I am very curious about it. It just seems to be very aware of everything. Yeah, that's what I noticed too. It seems like a very... Well, yeah, that definitely adds to the creep factor of the baby, is the fact that he knows what's happening, it seems. Welcome back, Ryan, by the way. HD Sukun, welcome back, man. You keep changing your name every time I see you. Unless you're someone else, then I apologize. But, hey, here, have an oak on me.
Wonderful.
There you go. Alright. I'm still hunting for the stupid shiny octopus, and hopefully I can find it on the stream. That would help me out greatly. 'Cause I want this damn thing, man. I'm like determined to get it now. Still no luck, Ryan. I'm still trudging on as best I can. What was it? Going back to talking about games to play for the channel. There's one game that I want to play, but after my run-in with Sonic Adventure 2, I am a little hesitant because I'm afraid my rose-tinted glasses will be knocked off my face, like Sonic Adventure 2 glasses have been. But that's Croc, Legend of the Gobos for PlayStation 1. I would love to play that for the channel. I have fond memories. I have fond memories of that game. And I would love to play it and try to relive those memories. But I'm not entirely sure how this game aged. And this was during the big polygonal days of PlayStation. So, I don't know. What are your thoughts on Eternatus? Is that the big legendary for this game? I'm bad with names, so you have to forgive me. But that does sound familiar. Yeah, okay. I haven't had that much exposure to him. I mean, he just kind of comes up out of nowhere. And it just felt like they shoehorned him in. Like, with all the good stuff about this game, I do think the story for this game is really weak compared to others. Like, they tried doing the plot twist thing like they did with Sun and Moon, I feel. I just felt like Sun and Moon had a better build-up to it. This one just felt like it came up out of nowhere. And I'm not the biggest fan about it. But that's just me. Like, Sun and Moon was like... I felt like they did a decent enough job about it. As far as building up to the point where it's like, ha-ha! This is the twist that you weren't seeing coming! Even though you kind of did, but, you know, now it's confirmed. This one is just... It came out of nowhere, but it just felt so out of place and forced that I couldn't get behind it, you know? I mean, I won't say anything in case I spoil it for anybody, but... You know, that's really what I could think about it. So with Eternius, though, I don't know. Well, Sun and Moon is kind of weak in story, too. You know, I will disagree with you there, Kajan. See, Tenton kind of has it. Like, Sun and Moon, I feel... Okay, I'm not saying Sun and Moon has a great story, but it's probably the best story we had in a while. I just never could get myself wrapped up in the storylines that Pokemon games were having for a good while, and it's unfortunate. But I feel like Sun and Moon did at least a decent enough job to tell something that felt like... I just felt like there was some more substance there than what we were, you know, being fed to. Because for a while, every single, like, story was about, you know, there's this big mega team that's going to do something that threatens the entire existence of everything on this universe. Plus, go to these 8 gyms and go to the Pokemon League, you know? I felt like Sun and Moon kind of dialed that down. It dialed down the stakes to make it feel a little more realistic without, you know, while still being a fantasy game. But, you know, that's just something... That's just what I notice about it, though. I mean, you guys could take away from that what you want, but for me, that's what I feel like. I feel like Sun and Moon grounded it better, which I feel like it needed, you know. There's no reason to have all these outlandish storylines with crazy legendary Pokemon that could destroy everything. Lily is the best written secondary Pokemon character ever written. Yeah. She had some development to her, so that was pretty neat. I did like Lily. Team Skull, Aether Foundation made it less heroic. Yeah, I guess. But even then, like, God, what's her name? Luminoise? Is that the main lady's name from Aether? I can't remember her name. It starts with an L. I'm so bad with names. I'm sorry, guys. But like her motivations just felt more lucid. Yeah, okay, there we go. Thank you. Her motivations just felt more grounded, you know? Like, because, okay, Giovanni and Team Rocket, they, you know, stole Pokemon and are just trying to make money and gain some, you know, monetary power, you know, through, you know, shifty means between both first 2 generations of the game. All right, got that. That's reasonable bad guy stuff there. Team Magma and Aqua, we're going to expand the land. No, we're going to expand the waters, and we're effing everything up. It's like, all right, that's pretty big, but got it. Team Galactic, I'm going to destroy all existence. Oh. Okay. Great. I mean, Team Plasma was a little bit better, though. I mean, but even then, like, Geesis, or whatever you say his name, it's basically a big jerk. It was just kind of nah. And then the leader of Team Flare, they started alright, I felt. But then they just, all of a sudden, I'm going to destroy things, and with this giant cannon, and it's like, really? So with the chick from Sun and Moon, like, I feel like, you know, she went through a big trauma loss, and because of that, she's snapped. And she's messed up in the head, and takes it out on her kids, and now she's, like, opening up a portal to these Ultra Beasts. And that's all she wanted to do. She didn't want to destroy anything. She didn't want to, like, reshape the world, the planet, the universe. She didn't want to do any of that. She just wanted to... She wanted to, in her own twisted mind, reunite with her husband because he died doing the same research she was doing. And I felt like that was well written, you know? Her twisted obsession with Pokemon and her own obsession with beauty is interesting. She's selfish to a fault and views her own daughter as a tool. Yeah, exactly. 10 ton. You know what? That was for you. Yeah, exactly. Like there was more depth to her character, as opposed to all these other guys. They just seemed one track. So that's really, I don't know. I feel like Sun and Moon did a really good job of that, and I felt like that's something like the games needed. You know, they needed something to pump some life back into the story part of it. I don't know. I think that's their way of taking out her. Yeah, I mean, I guess so. I don't know. There's different ways to... I don't know. There's different ways to, like, interpret it, I suppose. Which, you know, adds to it. That's even more to it. Her husband's death and her need to get closure by finding the Pokemon he could not. Yeah, exactly. You know, I didn't play Ultra Sun or Moon though. I mean, if it's just, I didn't know they added a whole new team. Interesting. I don't know. I was just told that it played similarly with a few differences, but I don't know. Maybe one day I'll go back and give it a shot, but it is not this day. Oh my goodness. Anyways, hopefully you guys didn't mind my babbling over there just a minute ago. Didn't want to like just chat everyone's ears off about Pokemon storytelling and everything. And Ultra Sun, she was more of an anti-hero. Oh, dear. Oh, my God. Speaking of which, I don't know why this reminded me of it. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. How many of you guys know about Carmen Sandiego? Because I have a story. If I'm gonna go on a rant, I'm gonna rant about something that's worthwhile. Worthwhile ranting about. Okay, John for sure. Alright, well, yeah, you guys know who Carmen Sandiego is. She's this super, maniacal, not maniacal, but she's like this, she's this mega master thief, you know? Necrozma didn't help the plot at all. I figured it. Oh no, Kajan, you're getting ahead of me here. You're getting ahead of me. Because, why? What is the reason? What is the reason for making the world, one of the world's greatest thieves, making her secretly a good guy? I'm going to destroy this thief organization from within. To me, it's like, why? Why would you do, what is the reason for that? You know? It's one thing if you're going to change up the character, I guess, but just in this sense, though, you're changing her to her core. You know, you're going to make, she only appears to be a bad guy, but she's actually working for good. It's like, no, she's a freaking badass thief. That's the appeal of her. It's like, you don't have to change it just for the sake of changing it and to make her a good guy. It's like, no, that just doesn't work for her. People liked Carmen Sandiego. She got big because she was a big adversary. She was a goal. She was someone that you had to work towards to try and beat and outsmart through the video games and through the freaking game show. And even in the cartoon shows that she was in. You know? And it was, you know, she was good. She was compelling. Instead, you're just washing her down to being this secret good guy. And it's like, really? I don't know. That could just be my childhood talking right there, because I loved the game show and I loved the one cartoon show that she was part of. And you know, even though she was the bad guy, she was still a great character for what she was written out to be. Instead, they're just completely rewriting her because reasons. And to me, it's just like, it's not necessary. It's really not necessary at all. I don't know. Alright, there you go. Thank you for listening to my TED Talk about Carmen Sandiego. I didn't even know it was a game show. Oh yeah, it was a game show. It was, she kind of does bad as a good guy. Exactly, because she's not supposed to be. It makes no sense. But yeah, there was a game show. Her game show was back in the 90s. All right, if that's not foretelling about how old I am. But yeah, there was a game show back in the 90s. And it was so much fun to watch. I wanted to be on that so bad. But looking back on it, I probably do horrible. Because it was a bunch of geography questions. Like, that was the whole motif. Is that you're trying to answer these geography questions. And you're essentially chasing Carmen and her goons throughout the freaking planet. And it's, I don't know. But it was a lot of fun to watch. It was definitely a good kids game show. But yeah, that was some memories right there. So she's doing evil to stop evil, basically. Oh, I gotcha. Yeah. Because she's not supposed to be good. She's evil. She's a master thief. That's just the way. And I think another thing that was compelling about Carmen is that you don't really know why she was a master thief. She's just doing it because she could. That's it. And it's that mystique to her that adds to her that makes people interested in her. You know? It's like, why is she doing it? I don't know. She's just evil. You know? That's all you need to know. She would literally take out a guard to steal an object and then lose it and wonder why. Oh, God. This is making me sad. Let's talk about happy things. Let's talk about something happy. I don't want to dwell on this. I don't want to turn into raging gamer nerd Paul. You know, I just want to, let's talk about some happy stuff. You know, let's talk about some games that are coming out, or games that you want to see. Like, what would you guys want to see on the channel? I know we have that suggestion box in the Discord, but I'm just going to ask you anyways. You know, minds can be changed. Cyberpunk. There you go. There you go. That's a game I'm looking forward to. I definitely am looking forward to Cyberpunk. I would have little doubt that we will have that. I feel like we would have that game on our channel at some point soon. As soon as it comes out. No, don't take back. Jump in the gun again, Paul. But yeah, like, I definitely feel like Cyberpunk will be played on the channel, so. Subnautica. Yeah. I'll have to look into that one. Okay, I can only speak for me. Like, I like the idea of the crafting system that's going on in there, and the exploration is neat, but underwater is scary, man. In virtual world and definitely in real world. And, especially on an alien planet. I don't know what we're going to find there. I don't know. Although, I'm not going to completely count it out, Kajan. It might be in the future. I'll keep it in mind. Alright? I'll keep it in mind. Cyberpunk just looks like it's going to be the great game. I'm excited for it. I really am. Like, I like all the trailers that I've seen and the gameplay trailers. It just looks like a very involved game. So I'm pretty pumped for that. I'll tell you one thing I'm also going to be pumped for is when I get this dang blasted blue octopus. Whenever that is. One thing I also brought to Mark's attention was doing a possible Wonderlock of Sword and Shield. Because they had the surprise trading. They have the surprise trade. I want continued content. There you go. So yeah, since surprise trading is essentially the new Wonder trading. The way you guys scream and watch you play. Oh dear. Oh dear. You got a lot of gonads to suggest a spoop game to me. The last spoop game we played was Soma. And that was back in October. I was on edge the entire time we were playing that. And I should try and find it, but there is a couple clips where I literally just, you know. And it's over nothing. This is the thing. Like, it was in the early part of the game. The lights are out. All you see is, like, this atmospheric red light. And it's just like, you know, silence. You just hear footsteps. And I get to a part where something on the other side of a big metal door just, like, smashes it. And I flip. I'm just like, ah! And of course, Mark's laughing at me, but I was just I don't do spook games very well at all. There's actually even like a really old stream where I tried playing Amnesia. God! I've played, out of all the spook games that I've played, I've still have yet to encounter a game that has the same eerie atmosphere as Amnesia. It's no happy fun times for Paulguy, I'll tell you that. So if you do want to hear Paulguy scream like a little girl, I would suggest watching those, because you will get it. Ooh, you guys should play Stick Fight. Oh my god, I've heard of Stick Fight. I think Markiplier played that? Or something like that? Makes me think of those old, like Flash animations. What was it? Xiao Xiao or something? Like, there was one where, like, this stick figure guy was beating up, like, 4 rooms full of other stick figure dudes, and god, that was, like, teenage Paul's, like, favorite internet video back then. I could watch the crap out of it. Okay, I got you. What, this isn't a casual talk one? Me just running around on a bike, trying really hard to incubate these eggs, hoping that one of them is a spectacularly colored one compared to the other ones. I'm gonna get it eventually. I just don't know when. And it's not exactly encouraging when your best friend admitted to hatching over 1,000 eggs just to get his own. So, there's that too. Okay, well, I guess so. It can be. Unless you're hatching a cute... I will admit, Clobbopus is very cute. Both the name and appearance. He's a little squirty cutie. He looks very squishy. Kind of like one of those like plastic squish, like it's like a plastic toy you could just like squish, like a rubber duck almost. He looks like he looks like he needs a hug. I just like his animation where his arms are just flailing to the side. I'ma get you! That's what I feel anyways. Could you please? Nope. These newer Pokemon are kind of... Some of them are. I'll admit, some of them are pretty cute in design. Freaking Sobble. Like, the first bit when you see him and he starts crying, it's like, ah, my heart. Come with me, buddy. We'll take on the Pokemon League together. Just you and me. I think Clobbopus may be cuter than... Ooh, that's a stretch. Ooh, Kajan. That is a stretch. Because I happen to think Eevee is quite adorable. Yeah, Sobble is definitely a cute starter type for sure. And he turns into like this super weird, skinny lizard thing. Bipedal. I mean, Eevee's still freaking adorable. When they started putting in the Eevee voice in the games, then yeah, it's cuteness overload. Like, I remember when I brought home Let's Go Eevee, and my wife started playing it. She could not handle it, man. And she loved the function of playing with the Eevee. She was all on it for sure. And it just goes to show you, somehow, when I do have the paw luck, the good kind of paw luck, more times than not, whenever I get a starter, I usually get the female. It's so strange. You know, the female, I think there's like a 25% chance of finding a female on your starter. And yeah, like, almost every time I've gotten a female, whatever starter I was going for. It's crazy. Yeah. So... And you know what? The same applies for Let's Go Eevee. Because when I did my personal playthrough of it, I got a female Eevee. And you could tell, like, it's a difference in the tail shape. I think the Eevee one has, like, circular pattern, like a floral type pattern on the tip of its tail. Whereas, like, a male has, like, a more natural one. Oh, 12.5. Even better. I have lower chances. And I've always gotten a female. I swear. Well, yeah, there's better chances of finding females in the wild, but the starters I know are a low chance. But yeah, I always somehow, like here. Hold on. I think even in this game. Let me get to it. Right here. Check summary. Yeah, even for this game, my freaking starter was a female. So, go figure. Somehow always seem to know how to get... Oh, gosh darn it. I need to switch the boxes. Just gotta go back. There we go. Bro. I don't know how. Like I said, that's the kind of good... The good paw luck usually goes towards that. I wish it would go towards more shinies. I think I already used up the paw luck for shinies. So... Especially for that Phoebus. See, why wasn't I recording for the frickin' Phoebus? That's the thing. You know how many eggs I caught that Phoebus in? 7! 7 eggs! That was insane. Like, I was ready to buckle down for the long haul. I remember distinctively, I had it upstairs in the living room. I was just playing through it. I had both the cats on the couch with me. One was on my lap, one was right next to me. They weren't killing each other at the time, probably because I was there. But still, I remember it. And 7 eggs later, boom, I had a purple fish. I'm like, what? And now it's taking me forever to find them. Took me forever to find the damn Roggenrola. And now it's taking me even longer to find this freaking octopus. It's crazy. If I were in the Pokemon world, I want to start from Kanto. I kind of do too. Again, that's probably the Gen 1er in me talking. Pardon me as I yawn. Holy crap. That's probably the Gen 1er in me talking. But yeah, if I had to pick a region to be in, I would go Kanto, I suppose. Give me the shiny. That's not a shiny. That is not a shiny. I started from around Gen 3. I liked Gen 3. Gen 3 was pretty good. Hoenn was a good region, I feel. It's it's still funny to me when I think about it, but freaking IGN rating Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. They gave it a lower. They rated Ruby and Sapphire or Emerald. I don't know. They rated them like a near perfect score, like 9 point something, saying, "Oh, it's so good." Here comes the remake sometime later. Better graphics, better worlds, like everything is updated, and they gave it a lower score because there's too much water. It's like, really? You guys don't know your freaking IGN history. You guys gave this a near perfect score. It's the exact same thing, but better. Exactly, 7.8 out of 10, too much water. It's like, really? It's so stupid. And I think ever since then, man, I've never trusted IGN. I've watched the review of this chick who reviewed this game, and she's like, this is the best Pokemon game ever made. No, it's not. It is not the best Pokemon game ever made. Is it a bad game? No. But is it the best? Hell no. I don't think so. They low-rated Death Stranding because it confuses them. Yeah, that sounds like IGN. Yeah, I don't trust IGN at all for any of their reviews. Like, I'll get it from other guys. Like, if there's like a pure YouTube channel thing that I trust to be unbiased, then sure. But IGN, the game with less water, the AI is bad. But you think they're gonna? No. Well, I don't know. I feel as though that they'll jump on Cyberpunk's nuts. I feel like they'll jump on that and they'll give that a near perfect score. So I'm not worried about them downgrading Cyberpunk in their reviews, honestly. Just because, yeah, it's like a game that the entire planet, well, maybe not the entire planet, but a whole lot of people are excited for. So, God forbid they look like the bad guy, you know? But yeah, that is definitely one I'm looking forward to. What I'm looking forward to right now is when Crystal Chronicles remake comes out. That I'm excited for. Because I've been wanting to beat that game for years. And I never got around to doing it because it's a lot more fun when you play with more people. So adding the online function to get, more people in your party to beat Crystal Chronicles, perfect. This means I could actually play through it with somebody and have fun again, But, frick, it's been a long time coming. Let's just put it that way. It's funny you mentioned that 10-ton. I actually did look into Persona 5 Scramble. Holy crap. That I want too. I want that one too. I really want that one as well. Here, Crystal Chronicles and me, I never played it. Well, were you around when I played it for the channel last stream, Kajan? Because that's what I was playing at the last stream, was Crystal Chronicles. And yeah, it is a fun game. I love the setting of Crystal Chronicles. I love the character. Well, the character building is a little shallow, but still, you know, you pick between 4 races and like 4 different looks and stuff. At least, I'm hoping they could expand on that a little bit. I'm not sure if they are, but if they do expand on that, that'd be great. I would love that. But even then, just, you know, the gameplay feels good. It's like sort of a beat 'em up, sort of. And I don't know, I think it's fun. I think it's really good. The only thing that sucks is that if you're playing on the classic mode, it's a pain in the ass to play multiplayer. Where most of the fun is, but I don't know what you're gonna do. That would be good if they made Futaba playable. I would hope so. I would hope they make it playable. Because Futaba not only needs to be protected, she can protect by beating people up. It'd be perfect. Oh my goodness gracious. But yeah, like... Oh, Monster Hunter World. Yeah, we were talking about that the other day, weren't we? Yeah, that is a game I need to get back into. Monster Hunter World. I liked it. I really did. It's just, I don't know. It's... Back when Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate came out, my buddies and I all bought it. And we would spend so many nights just chilling in our friend's living room. 3 of us with our 3DSs and one of them with the Wii U. And we would just all sit there and just play Monster Hunter together. Those were the moments I lived for, man. Those moments were so good. And I wanted the same from Monster Hunter World. It's just the interface just is so different. And sure, in all hindsight, it's not a giant deal. And yeah, you could work around it, but I don't know. I just felt like it was so much easier to get a multiplayer game going in Monster Hunter World. Sorry, in Monster Hunter 3 as opposed to Monster Hunter World. That's what I meant. It's like, there's nothing wrong with having your first-person mode, and over here is the multiplayer mode. There's nothing wrong with that. They could have just transposed that into a better hardware, and it would have been just fine. But you have to beat the monster in the regular mode, so that way when your friends are caught up, then you could go back and face them again. It's like, don't force me to play the game in the order you want me to. You know, if I want to go after the monster with my friends, nothing should inhibit me from doing that. You know, it wasn't like that before, and Monster Hunter 3 was a great success. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. That's just what I think. But I want to like that game because I like how it plays. Like, I love the overworld. I love the lack of loading screens between areas. It flows so good. The graphics are really good. The battles are epic. It's a really good functioning game. I just wish that one little detail was ironed out better, and I would probably play it more. So I want the Ultimate one that's a new 3DS exclusive. Oh. 3 Ultimate was the one we played, but there were some others they came out with afterwards. I think there was a 4 Ultimate, and then there was Monster Hunter Generations, which all pretty much played fairly similar with like some things added in. We tried getting into 4 Ultimate, and it was not bad. I don't know. I did like the, what was it? Oh, shoot. It was like, what's that weapon called? Where it's an axe, but it also is a sword and shield. Like, it was like a combo weapon. And I remember being enthralled with that, because you could do like these crazy attack combos where you're slashing them with the sword, but then you combine the shield with the sword, and you get this big axe attacks, and then you could go back to a sword and shield. I can't remember the specific name of that weapon, though. I think it's in Monster Hunter World? Maybe? I can't remember. But it was so cool. I did like that from later Monster Hunter games. I did think that was pretty neat. Just can't remember what it was called. was unfortunate. Alright, I'm gonna hatch one more egg and I'm gonna get myself something to drink again. Monster Hunter is the godfather of game combat. That's the crazy thing. Like, Monster Hunter's actually been around for a little while. I remember Mark was super excited to get Monster Hunter for the Wii. And I want to say it was the first Monster Hunter that he got. I could be wrong, but it was a Monster Hunter game for the Wii. And he was super stoked about it, and I never heard about it before. And if I remember, he was playing through it, and I watched him start the game. And at one point, your character was underwater. Or around the water. I think it was underwater. Was he? Or was he just around the water? I don't know. Either way, I think the big baddie for that game was a Lagiacrus. Which, gosh darn it, I wish we had the Lagiacrus in Monster Hunter World. Or do we have it? I don't know. Was he? There's probably like some expansions and downloads that they had for Monster Hunter World, so maybe Lagiacrus got added. I don't know. But I remember Lagiacrus was a big deal in 3 Ultimate too. That was one that we never liked facing. The underwater battles were a little annoying in 3 Ultimate, but freaking Lagiacrus armor was so cool. Then you get into like the white Lagiacrus, and then things were... Was it white? Or was it ivory Lagiacrus? I can't remember what the subspecies was called, but... I don't know. It was a big deal. Alright. After this egg hatches, I'm going to get myself something to drink real quick. So let's hope it's a shiny, so that way I can throw my voice out over it. Nope. Alright. Well, I'll be right back, guys. I'm going to get myself something to drink. Alright, I'm back. Ugh. Alright, so you know what I'm talking about, Kajan. Lagiacrus. I think the white Lagiacrus was a lot better to fight only because he was above ground and not always in water. Whereas, like, the regular Lagiacrus was, like, a completely underwater battle. Except for maybe, like, one part. I don't know. But I do miss Monster Hunter, man. The battles were so good. So much fun. But it's all-time fun when you're playing with other people. I just wanted it to be with my friends and not random people from online, but oh well, what can you do? But maybe one day I'll get back into it. I feel like I say that a lot. About like a lot of the games I own, like, one day I'll get back to it, and that day never seems to come, does it? It's unfortunate. There's still so many games that I own that I just want to beat. Just haven't been able to. Freaking, what was it? Recently, I started playing some more Persona 5 again. I'm like, yeah, I'm definitely totally going to beat this game. And I got a little farther. And then just... brakes just... hit the brakes and halted that progress. But yeah, that's one. I do want to beat Valkyria Chronicles. It just, I just wish it wasn't so hard. Because it's such a good game. But that's one I'm definitely going to have to just commit a crap ton of time to try and beat. 3 Houses, I want to beat. Just a bunch of others. I'm sure if I find, like, Crystal Chronicles, there you go. That's one I just talked about. Haven't beat it, but I played it enough to get an idea of what I like from it. I just wanted to see the rest of the game. Well, it'll just be more fun with more people. Oh, goodness. Well, who knows? Maybe the next stream, Mark and I will start a new series. Or we could play Jackbox 6. I don't know. Only time will actually tell. Any time to get a shiny octopus would be grand. I really wish that the game would be nice and say, hey, Paul, have a shiny. I would be super stoked. I would be super happy, yeah. But I'm sad because the game isn't nice to me. And I'm sad because I can carry a tune. If I did get the shiny on stream, I'm not even sure like what sound bit I would play. I'll probably just be like super excited and just like start screaming, then forget to put like something in the. Maybe I'll do like the air horn. Just kind of do something to signify it. I do have the victory themes though, so maybe I'll play like Chrono Cross victory theme. Again, I talk about games I haven't beat. That's another one on my list to beat. Is Chrono Cross. I like that game a lot. I just haven't gotten around to beating it. But I like that game because there's the sheer amount of characters that you can get, and like no two playthroughs are the same because you know you have like multiple chances in like the same area to get different people, and it's awesome. I like that concept. Like there's a way to get everybody, but that's like you can't really do it without beating the game and then playing like New Game Plus and then doing something to like load up all the characters, and then eventually you'll have every single character in your party. It's a lot of hoops that you gotta jump through to do it, but it's possible. But even then, it's like, heck, even if I don't get everybody, if I just get a different experience as far as what my party is, hell yeah, I'm down for that. I like it a lot. I just need to beat it. That's the only issue. I was like, I just need to beat it. No, don't take back the Pokemon ball. God, I'm just jumping the gun multiple times. I think I'm just itching to try and get this flippin' shiny. That's what it is. Okay. Gosh darn it. I don't know. Hopefully by the next time if I do this again, I'll get that program up and running and have an egg counter. That'll at least be something exciting to look at. Besides this the same thing over and over again, right? I am getting a little sick and tired of seeing this, so I might actually switch gears and go for frickin' Nickit. Try and do like the encounter method. I have over 800 encounters, so my odds aren't horrible to find one, but hopefully I can find one. Also, I've been doing this for almost 3 hours now. This is like the standard stream time. Oh my goodness. Alright, how many eggs do I have on deck? Because I actually might stop soon. Let me see here. So I have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 18. So I have 24 eggs left. Alright, I'm just... I don't know. It's been 3 hours, and I have not had any luck. So I think I'm just gonna wind down with these last 24 eggs and probably call it a night. And then try and get some relaxation before I go to bed tonight. I got work in the morning. But, I don't know. As far as the future of the channel goes, as far as content, you know, something Mark and I are going to have to talk about. But rest assured, we will get a game plan together, and hopefully whatever we put out, you guys will enjoy. That's really why we do this. We do it for our enjoyment, but it'd be nice for you guys to be happy too, you know? It's a little give and take. That's the way it works. It's like a relationship. Give a little, take a little, roll with the bad and go with the good. It's all relative, you know? Alright. Oh, thank you. Thank you, John. That means a lot, man. I do appreciate it. Really, really do appreciate it. Yeah, it's been crazy, though, honestly. Just when you really think about it, like, within the last year, man, we've, like, more than doubled our subscriber amount. And it's awesome. You know, it's really, really awesome to see that kind of growth. And I find it humbling that, you know, all those people deemed us worthy of their time, you know? And it's like the most we can do is try and create some stuff that people will, you know, get a chuckle out of, you know? Or a smile out of. Even if we have different game opinions, you know? Hopefully there's something there that we all share, which is just the love for video games. You know? Or the one thing everyone can share is just how much they love to see me and Mark suffer when we play games like Hotline Miami or Sonic Adventure 2. Which I know I said it before, but I am still surprised how much I ended up hating Sonic Adventure 2. I was not expecting to go into that playthrough. Alright, I'll pick up one more egg. Because I want to. I was not expecting Sonic Adventure 2 to be like a freaking nightmare like that. It shook me. It shook me really bad. Now I don't want to, like... I'm hesitant to play, like, old classic games. Like, nothing's going to change my mind about Mega Man Legends. Like, Legends 1 and 2, I still think operate great. They flow great. Sure, their controls are unorthodox, but at least they're not broken like freaking Sonic Adventure, which was the next generation after. So you can't change my mind about that, but freaking A. It's like I want to go back and play the classics, but one of the games I consider classic is poop now, so I don't know. I don't know what to believe anymore. Tell you what, though, I believe this game is messing with me. Sonic controls baffle me. Well, okay, it wasn't so much the controls from Sonic Adventure 2 that got to me. It was the camera. The camera was terrible. You had, like, no control of it whatsoever. Well, that's not true. You had control of it, but it never stuck. Like, you could look around on the map and everything to see, like, you know, places around you, but as soon as you moved, that camera just snapped back to where it was before. And that is stupid. It's so stupid. Like, there was no need for that. There was no need to have the camera do that. And I just looked at Mark and I said, like, how did we enjoy this back then? But then again, you know, the standards were different. You know, expectations were different. Technology was different. So yeah, you could get by with that. That could be forgivable in that regard, but it has not aged well at all. It's terrible. Terribly aged. But, oh well. You know, I guess that's the way it is. But I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't be so leery about classic games. Maybe one day I could bust out Croc. True, but it can be remastered. You know what? Why haven't they? You ever wondered that? Like, why hasn't those 3D Sonic games been remastered? Have you seen Unreal Super Mario 60? You know what? I have. I've seen Unreal Mario 64. I actually seen Unreal Ocarina of Time as well. It freaked me out a little bit, but it did look good. That like hyper realistic movement, I was just kind of like, ugh, something about this isn't right. But I did see that. So yeah, like why can't we get like a remastered of Sonic games? You know, we get all these collections of Sonic games. Why can't we just get like a remaster of them? Especially the 3D ones. And as much as I griped about Sonic Adventure 2, Sonic Adventure 1 is way worse. It's so bad. The graphics were horrible in that, and just the controls were just so aged comparatively compared to Sonic Adventure 2. Like, I played through 2, and at some point later on I bought 1, and I'm like, this is horrible. Even back then, I'm like, this does not play good at all. It's a terrible Sonic game. Unreal Engine should just be used to do remastered games. They improve them so much. Nah, I guess that's true. You do have a point there, Mr. Kajan. Alright. I know I'm adding more to the egg total. I know I said I'll run through these and then call it a night, but I don't know. I just really wanted a shiny. So any chance I could get... How does the game get better from a sequel? Well, the sequel's supposed to be better in some regard, right? You take what you got from the original and then build from there. Sonic did a big bad. Yeah. I guess that's true. But I don't know. At least it's not Sonic 06 or Sonic Boom. I can say that, right? Sending shining energy. There you go. That's what I need. I need everybody's energy. Hold on, let me get the... Just because I can.
We need your energy now! Raise your hands up, I beg of you!
Yeah. Listen to Goku, everybody. Sonic Boom is trash. I haven't played Sonic Boom personally, but I've seen it. And I know that everyone said it's an absolute broken mess of a game. I think it was a broken mess when they just went with those crazy redesigns of them. It's like, if you want to do something different is one thing, but there's something else about completely overhauling them, especially Knuckles. You know, you could have at least left Knuckles proportion with everyone to make it a little more acceptable. Instead, you're just like, beef him up. Just inflate him like a balloon. Just... And then you get giant Knuckles. And it's just, eh. Speaking of Sonic, though, since we're talking about it, who's going to see the Sonic movie when that comes out? I mean, I would hope that everyone would see it, since freaking everyone bitched and moaned about the the Sonic design. That would kind of be counterproductive if everyone's like, how dare you change Sonic's design? And just completely rag on him to the point that they're like, okay, we'll change it. And then nobody goes and sees it. It's like, that defeats the whole purpose of you making a stink, right? So I don't know. I plan on seeing it, though. Especially since they did it right. Like, it's like, I don't know. Although my wife and probably some other people actually think that it might be a marketing campaign. Because, you know, you get the movie like bad attention and people will start talking about it. You know? That's kind of like their reasoning. Like, they had it figured, like the redesign that we got was always like already been made, but they made a really shitty one to get people's attention talking about it. So when they revealed the true one, people were all like, oh, it's so much better, and then people will get it. Like, that's the thing. That my wife really thinks that it might be a marketing campaign. The whole bad Sonic design. I don't know. I really don't know. I feel like it might be legit. Like, the guy was like, holy crap, I don't want to do this. I don't want people mad at me. I mean, but it's something to think about. You never know. You never know nowadays. At least 10 Ton will go see it, right? I mean, nowadays people can't trust nothing, especially with Hollywood, so of course people will bring up, oh, it's just a marketing ploy. But, I don't know. Forces isn't a bad game, it's just the definition of lazy design and uncaring developer. I got you. Yeah, I never even bothered before. I actually kind of forgot that it existed. Sawblade, thank you for the energy. I will take it. Here. Have an oak on me. Although, if they... I don't know. If it is a marketing ploy, that's kind of a dick move, to be honest. I mean, I know it's like... It's a tactic that certain corporations use, but it's still kind of a dick move when you really think about it. You know, just to really get on people's nerves and stuff. And then when it comes out that it actually was a marketing ploy, it's like, ugh. It just kind of tarnishes the film afterwards. But not that they care, because all they care about is, you know, that instant cash. I don't know. I want to believe that it's legit, though. That the guy saw that people were giving it negative feedback, and he's like, ah, crap. Let's do something about that. But here's the thing, if it is a marketing ploy, they're fooling a lot of people, because apparently there were critics that were upset that the guy's like, I want to change it. Which is like, you know, if it's a marketed ploy, they're keeping it hush from everybody, so. What do you think of the newer Godzilla movies? Shoot. The last one was like a couple of years ago, wasn't it? I never seen it. I did see the other one that had Bryan Cranston in it. I did see that one, and I liked it. I kind of liked it. I didn't see King of Monsters though, so I really don't know. I just remember seeing a funny meme where apparently the critics were like, critics are giving this film a bad review because it's all about the monsters, and people are like, you don't say. Imagine that, a Godzilla film about Godzilla. That's strange. But I do want to see it though. I do want to see it, because like I said, I did like the other one. I did kind of like that one. So I mean, I'll give this King of Monsters a try. Although I heard somebody did say they tried doing too much. They're really trying to get closer to realistic. Yeah, I figured they would. But I did hear that like it was a movie that tried to do too much, and that has me a little bit concerned. It's like certain movies get ruined when you try and stuff too much in, because the pacing is just rushed, because you're trying to cram in all these arcing stories and characters that it just tarnishes and ruins the film, you know? I have not seen Rise of Skywalker 10 tons, so can we please be mum about that? And I already know that it's a split on opinions. Some people liked it and some people didn't. So, but I don't know anything because I haven't seen it. So please, I implore you, good sir. Detective Pikachu just did it well. I liked Detective Pikachu though. I will say that it was a good movie. It wasn't great, but it was definitely good for what it was trying to be. Thank you, Tintin. For what it was trying to be, I felt like it was pretty well made. I wasn't floored by it, but it was good. There we go. Friggin' A. Oh, shiny right now would be great. Yeah, like I feel like they conveyed that pretty well, so I agree with that, Kajan. Although, I don't know. Yeah, that was one thing I was worried about, like the Pokemon looking like hyper realistic. I was a little worried about that, but no, they kept them. They kept the nature of like how they looked. Yeah, they kept the nature of how they looked without making them look too cartoony, but not too realistic. So that was good on them. I am ADDing right now, and I completely forgot what I was ranting about just a second ago. Until 10 Ton came down saying that he didn't like Rise of Skywalker, and then I'm just like, ah! And then I was in the middle of saying something, and I completely forgot what it was. Ugh, hate that. Oh, goodness. That's going to bug me now, because I know I was talking about something. Something movie related. We were talking about Godzilla, King of Monsters. But then we were talking about something else, and I was kind of in a sort of a rant about it. I was talking about critics. And how they don't like anything. Yeah, I was saying the critics were upset that the guy said he wanted to change the Sonic design. Oh my god. I don't know. I don't know what I was talking about. Although I'm pretty sure some point tonight I'm gonna like, it's just gonna come out of nowhere and I'm gonna be like, oh, that's what it was, you know? That's usually how it goes. You don't remember something, but then you remember like at the most inconvenient time where it's not even relevant anymore. Yeah, so I do remember that part, talking about the critics talking about Sonic design, but it segued into something else. But I don't know. Oh my god, Agumon in Smash? Mark would like that. Mark is still a big fan of Digimon. Which I was just going to say, I actually meant to say this sooner, how Mark was not a big RPG fan. But he did like Cyber Sleuth, which was one of the Digimon RPGs. So he's still a good fan of Digimon, which probably kept him to playing that game and everything. I want May to be in Smash. If they did pick an Overwatch character, oh, you meant Mai? Mai as in like King of Fighters Mai? For a second I thought you meant like Mei from Overwatch. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I mean, you gotta know, you gotta understand why they didn't put Mai in there. They even addressed it in the presentation video for Terry. Cause what was it? Andy and Joe make it in the background, but not Mai. So I was just gonna say though, because I thought you said May. But Overwatch, if they did pick an Overwatch character to be in Smash, it would probably be Tracer. I feel. Just because she's the flagship character. Anyone else? I don't know. Like, maybe Winston. Maybe Soldier. Or Reaper, maybe. I don't know. I really don't know. But more than likely, it would be Tracer if they pick somebody. That reminds me though, like with all these DLC characters coming out, the one thing that I feel that, I'd rather we not. Tracer feels too similar to Bayo. Give me Genji would be pretty cool too. I don't know though. Oh, the one thing I've noticed since we get these DLC characters, the one thing that Smash Brothers roster is lacking in is villains. There's a hell of a lot more heroes going on than villains. So, it would be neat if they actually did add in a DLC villain, but I can't really think of a game offhand where the villain outshines the hero in a series. I don't know. That's just what I'm thinking. I can't think of anyone offhand that has such a prominent villain in their game series that they would make a character, make a whole stage around them, and then just grab some music, you know. Oh, 10 ton. Yes. That's, ooh. Either Heihachi or Kazuya. Oh yeah, that's another one. Nightmare from Soul Calibur. Dang. Holy crap. Because Ivy too. That'd be something, wouldn't it? If they put Ivy in the game, but not Mai. And they're both pretty similar, if you know what I mean. That'd be some shit. But yeah, dang, freaking 10 ton coming in with those. Yeah, Nightmare from Soul Calibur. Yeah, if they did pick someone from Soul Calibur, Nightmare would definitely be up there in the running. Heihachi or Kazuya would be pretty good for Tekken. Although they might go with Jin if they did Tekken. Jin would probably be... He'd be up there too as far as... One of the three guys. One of those three guys would be up there. See, the thing is, though, we could say all these other characters because there's really no, you know, at this point, there's no more limits as far as who could be in Smash Brothers. You know, like freaking Joker is in the game. Oh, damn. Terry's in the game. Freaking Cloud's in the game. Bayonetta's in the game. They're all in the same freaking game. You know, all these characters you would never expect are here. So, there's really no way to, like, restrict who's gonna be, you know, not be in Smash Brothers at this point, I feel. So the sky really is the freaking limit, as far as we know. Heck, though, I mean, Steve from Minecraft is actually a viable option. Well, let's be real here. I would rather have Steve from Minecraft than anyone from Fortnite. Yeah, a literal plant can kill an alien pterodactyl. Exactly. Oh my god, that's amazing. Which, by the way, I did not see Piranha Plant coming at all. So, props to Sakurai for not failing to surprise everybody. Although, he's being a little too hush-hush about this last DLC character, I would just truly appreciate it if he would actually reveal it. Just a hint. Just a hint. You know, that's all I want, is just a hint. Oh yeah, look at it this way. Sakurai thinks a Piranha Plant is more worthy than Waluigi. I'm sure that probably gets a lot of people upset when they think about it. But I don't know. I just want to know. I just want to know. All right. Yeah, we got Mario, Snake, Sonic, Mega Man, Pac-Man, Ryu, Cloud, Bayonetta, Simon, Richter, Ken, Joker, Hero, Banjo, and Terry. Yeah, quite the plethora. I bet Piranha Plants is me. I know we'll know soon. I know. I just want to know now. I'm being slightly salty about it. I'm trying not to be, but I can't help it. I want to know, Sakurai. Share with me your secrets. I must know. Frickin', I'll take anybody at this point. Spyro and Crash. Yeah, Spyro and Crash should be good. I'm surprised they're not considered. I want Crash more. I'm alright with either. I'll be alright with either of them, honestly. As long as, like, it's classic Spyro and not, like, Skylander Spyro. Because Skylander Spyro is meh to me. Compared to at least to the old classic snarky Spyro, you know. That Spyro is cool. Crap, you know. Give me Ryu Hayabusa from Ninja Gaiden. Give me Booker DeWitt from Bioshock Infinite. Freaking give me Yuna from Final Fantasy X. I think she'd be great. Freaking give me Croc from Croc Legend of Gobos. He'll be obscure, but then again, Sakurai likes his obscure characters. Do it. Phoenix Wright, Monster Hunter, Lloyd, Gino, or Doomguy. There you go. A lot of people are hung up on Gino. They really are. And I'm not sure if half those people even know where Gino's from. Yeah, Big Daddy from Bioshock would be interesting. Although, there was that Smash Brothers knockoff game. What was it? PlayStation All-Stars? I think that's what it was called. And Big Daddy was put in that. I do remember that. I think I had it at one point. We tried playing it, me and my friends, because we played Smash Brothers a lot. It tries so hard to be Smash Brothers without it just falls short. Bandana D and Isaac as well. Here's the thing, though. Like, I feel like whoever is a trophy is pretty much set as a trophy. So I don't think we're going to get Skull Kid. And I don't think we're going to get Isaac. It's unfortunate, though, because there were certain characters that they added that would be good. Like, I would like Bomberman. Bomberman definitely would have been a good character to choose. I would have... In my list, I probably would have chose Bomberman as one. But then Mark went and did it, and it's like, well, alright, you do that. And Shovel Knight, too. You know, I think Shovel Knight would make a fantastic character, but Sakurai's like, no! Trophy! Skull Kid is actually an amazing idea. But Skull Kid's an assist trophy, though, I think. He's like a rare assist trophy. Like, you don't really see it often. Alright, guys, I'm on my last egg right now. So this is it. If I don't get a shiny here, it's sad. But hopefully this one is the shiny. Because I'm about ready to end this stream. And just relax until I'm ready to pass out in bed. So yeah, this is it. Here. While I'm thinking about it.
Citizens, please! The situation is critical! Raise your hands!
Jeez. Here we go. This is it. I know, I'm hoping for the shiny. Yeah, avoid the egg lady. Come on now. How many more steps? How many? Okay, wow, I had a lot more steps than I thought. I'm just kind of going all over the place right now. Okay, here we go. Alright, this is it, guys. This is it. Did we get it this time? No. P.S. The Switch is scheduled for online maintenance on January 6th, and Richter and Dark Samus and me will launch on the 17th. I think we will get the fighters soon. I hope so. Yeah, we didn't get one. But you know what? I'm going to do one more. One more. We're going to do one more. One more. Because sometimes that's all it's going to take, right? So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do one more. So we're just going to go right down the lane. Just go in the straight line, right? Zipping and back. Definitely should be enough steps by then. Comes out next month, so it has to be soon. Yeah, there you go. So I know I don't have much longer to wait for the new Smash Brothers character, but just gosh darn it, man, I'm on pins and needles waiting. That's basically the point I'm trying to get from all this. So just a Goku, dude. I remember when the ballot came out and Goku actually was a top voted one. That would be interesting. I think it's unlikely. But it would be very interesting if Goku did make it. For sure. I think a lot of people... I think the entire internet will literally combust if Goku made it into Smash Brothers. So, I'm sure Sakurai has to have some amount of knowledge knowing that. How people love Goku. So does Death Battle, which is why they made him lose to Superman twice. Last review goes Terry in September. So yeah, it's been a few months. It's been a few months. All right, come on, egg. I need you to hatch. Give me one shot. One more shot is what I'm going for right now. I want this egg. Wait. Oh, frickin'! I boxed it! Dang it! Just wasted a bunch of time. Like, no wonder this thing didn't hatch, because I didn't have it in my party. Gosh darn it. Alright, let's go again. Whee! God dang it. Ah, that sucks. I'm sitting here all like, why isn't it such hatch? And I don't understand. I did the miles. I'm like spinning around in too many times. And freaking A's, because I didn't have him on me. Man. Shining hunting is very tedious, though, in multiple reasons. And one of them is really getting rid of Pokemon in your box. Because you can't select multiple Pokemon at a time, which would be great to do in this kind of instance, where like I could just select an entire box of octopuses and release them all at once. I would shiny hunt more often, just on that reason alone. DBZ has a alright record on Death Battle, 4 wins out of 7 fights. Yeah, I guess in all hindsight, it's just that the Goku Superman debate. Just a crap ton of people who weren't happy with that. They're all like, Goku should have won. And I'm sure they had their reasons. Alright, well, there we go. I gave it an honest attempt. God dang it. Another failed attempt on my part. Yeah, I mean, these things can't be helped, I guess. I tried, well, I mean, I tried as hard as I was physically able to, which is really not terribly hard, but still, you know, I stayed committed as long as I could. I'm just gonna have to accept the fact that this blue octopus is impossible for me to have. And watch, I get the last egg, and then turns out that's where that was the one right there, the very last egg. Guaranteed. It's all good though. Sometimes these things just can't be helped, you know. You just gotta roll with the punches, you know. But oh well. Mark's gonna be proud, yeah. Exactly. Goku had no chance. Superman is ridiculous. A black hole with his hand and bit. Yeah, exactly. Like that's the thing they even explained is that you have a guy, Goku, a dude that's breaking limits, constantly breaking limits against a guy who has no limits to begin with. It's like, how can you measure that? You know, how can you measure that up? So I get their reasoning. So I'm not entirely mad about it. But all my friends are die-hard DBZ fans, so of course they're like, yeah, Goku should win. It's like, whatever. Everyone can debate about it all they want, but oh well. Nothing to dwell on right there. So, alright, I'm gonna end this stream now. So thank you guys so much for showing up, everyone who did, and thank you so much for watching out there. If anyone out there has seen this and you like what you saw, feel free to subscribe. Also join our Discord. The link's in the description below. And yeah, quoting Mark, don't forget to look both ways when crossing the street. And don't forget to be awesome, because you guys are awesome. Alright, I'm out of here. I'll catch you guys in the next stream. Probably Tuesday. Yeah. If I don't see you before then, I'll see you guys Tuesday. Until then, we will will see ya.